Well, hello here inside Encana Arena. I am Jamie Neugebauer for the final time here at the Viking Cup. It's the gold medal game. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in, as do the players, as does the league, as this tournament presented by VADERSTAD has been one of great success so far for Team SJHL. But let me tell you, these guys believe and know that the job is not done, as the SAIT Trojans certainly were the toughest opposition that the SJHL has faced so far in this tournament. The first team that has really skated with them, and it was a good one yesterday that went to overtime and needed a overtime winner from Reed Arbery of the Flin Flon Bombers, his second of the tournament, or of the game, pardon me. And it should be an interesting one again, as they've two teams face off once again here tonight for the gold medal game. SAIT just needed a point from that one. The SJHL was already in the gold medal final before yesterday's game started, so did not need to give it 110, even though the guys certainly did. But you know, human beings being as they are, it's not always easy to do that. That being said, it's all the marbles on the table here tonight. SAIT, by the way, playing their third game in less than 3 days here after they played Czechia a couple days ago as well, before facing the SJ yesterday. The SJHL did have New Year's Day off, so this is a back-to-back for the SJHL, but it's a tournament. It's the gold medal game. Nobody cares about fatigue. It's just go out and win. I spoke to three men before this game, so I'll play all those interviews in order here and get them started a little bit quicker, as I got more pregame stuff to talk about. But the first thing I'll say, the goaltenders in this one, Brady Holtvoet gets the start, the native of Humboldt, Saskatchewan, a 2-0 record, a 189 goals against, a 945 save percentage. He's been fantastic in net for the Humboldt Broncos, as well as this team SJHL this tournament. And it is Andrew McLean again, the same goalie matchup as yesterday, really. Port Huron, Michigan's own Andrew McLean, the former Ontario Hockey Leaguer, as well as Brock University Badger. And McLean has been outstanding in this tournament. He's got a 1-0-1 record. His only loss coming against the SJHL yesterday, a 142 goals against, a 952 save percentage, and a shutout for Andrew McLean. Holtvoet 2-0. 189, 945, as I said. So I spoke to head coach Drew Kosher. I spoke to Rick Oakes, the GM of this team, and I spoke to Boston Harkness, the captain of the Melville Millionaires and defenseman for this team. First, let's listen to Rick Oakes. Here with General Manager Rick Oakes of Team SJHL, as the SJHL gets ready to take on the SAIT Trojans in the final. First and foremost, let's just talk about off the ice, just how classy this whole tournament has been, from organizers to volunteers down.
Yeah, just starting with our players, right from the get-go, everybody was excited to come out to the tournament. They were excited about the Viking Cup, and they took time out of their Christmas breaks to make the sacrifice and the commitment to come and represent the league, and they've done a great job of that. And once we got here, the tournament committee's been absolutely phenomenal. The hospitality's been first class, and the tournament's so well organized. It's been a lot of fun, and it's great to see the boys have so much success, just coming together and having a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously the job is not done. They got one more game here, but just the way that they've competed and come together as a group, you must feel pretty gratified as part of the group that put this team together with the right human beings and players.
Absolutely. No, proud of every one of these guys. They've represented the league very well, and they're a very focused group, and they come with one mission, and that's to take home a gold medal, and that's the opportunity we have in front of us here this evening. So looking forward to it.
For sure. And then just the last question, I guess, just talk about some of the things that have gone on, I guess, away from the rink that you've seen that the organizers put together, and that you've enjoyed throughout this week.
Yeah, just starting with the billets. All the players are billeted with families here in Camrose, and they've taken them in and treated them with first class and very well, and a lot of hospitality from the entire billeting group, the volunteers, everything. the events have been phenomenal. The banquet on New Year's Eve was great. The food was fantastic, and I think it was a great evening for everybody. We had an opportunity to talk about our league and our programs, and everything's been fantastic.
Thanks very much, Rick.
You're welcome.
Here is head coach Drew Kosher as we get ready for the gold medal game here at the Viking Cup. Obviously, the job's not done. That's SAIT. We'll talk about them in a second, but just so far, the team has seemed like it's really come together well. Just talk about how that's happened.
Yeah, kind of the first practice we had as a group. Obviously, it was the first one after the break, and we kind of all got on the ice right away, and we had a good practice, and then kind of found a way after that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, obviously, what can you take away from playing SAIT yesterday? It's kind of like a playoff series almost now, eh?
Yeah, no, they have a good team over there. A lot of former SJHL guys on that team. They play with pace and speed, and they have some skill. And their goaltender played great last night. So for us today, we have to have a good start and kind of get at them right away.
For sure. Just two more questions. I know we've said it a lot, but the whole event seems like it's been just first class. I guess, have you seen it from your perspective?
Yeah, no, first class for sure. Right from the volunteers to just the rink staff, everyone, right? They've been really great hosts here in Augustana. It's been awesome. Camrose obviously done great things for us, and the hotels, the food, and just everything's been top notch, and definitely can't thank them enough.
Yeah, for sure. And then last question, you get a chance to put the gold around your neck. I guess what are some of the keys to victory here today?
Yeah, for us, probably just want to keep things simple tonight. Have a good start, get that first one, and kind of build off that. Use our speed. We have a lot of skilled hockey players on this team, so hoping that we score a couple early and often, and kind of just keep the pedal down from there.
Thanks very much.
Anytime.
Here with Boston Harkness of Team SJHL ahead of the gold medal game. Obviously, this is why you guys came. How excited are you guys to play in the gold today?
Yeah, we're super excited. We came here. We all want to win this tournament, so we're coming into this. We're fired up. We're excited. We're ready to go.
For sure. Now, what does it say about the SJHL that you guys have come here and made a statement? I know you guys haven't won anything yet, but obviously through the round robin to be first in the group is a pretty good accomplishment.
Yeah, I think we've all came. We've showed how good we are. Everyone here, we've came together as a group. A great group of guys. We've bonded. We've created good team chemistry on the ice, and we got one more game to show what we got.
For sure. Now talk about playing this SAIT team back to back. Obviously, it was quite a battle yesterday. What did you take away from it?
Yeah, they're a good team. We battled hard yesterday. It's going to be another good game today. We'll battle hard today. It's we know what we got to do, and we just got to go out there and do it.
For sure. Two more questions. Obviously, it's a lot of hockey. I know. I think Coach Kosher has kind of limited the skates as much as maybe possible, but just talk about maybe the fatigue in there too, if that's possible.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much fatigue. It's not. We got a couple days off. It's not a whole lot different than regular season. So I think we're good to go. We'll be full of energy. We'll be we're good to go.
For sure. And then just the last question, obviously, if you guys are able to win this, what do you think it'll mean to be the first Viking Cup champs in 20 years?
Yeah, I think that's pretty exciting. It's awesome to see this tournament back after so long, and I think being the champions of it would be pretty awesome. So,
you want to shout out Mom and Dad?
Yeah, shout out Mom and Dad.
There you go, Keith and company. There you go. Thanks very much, Keith.
Yep, thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Boston Harkness, well-spoken there, the captain of the Millville Millionaires. Team SJHL gets set to take on SAIT in the gold medal game here on SJHL YouTube and Facebook. I've passed on any concerns about Flow Hockey, Mr. Ian Mass. I'm sorry, I don't know much about it, but hopefully it gets resolved for you. But happy to have whomever along here live on my broadcast as the Team SJHL looks to be the first Viking Cup champions in 20 years as we'll pause for the national anthem. So here we go. The starting lineup brought to you by VADERSTAD for Team SJHL. It's Rylan Williams. It's Anthony Campbell out there up front alongside Jai Zawatsky of the Yorkton Terriers, Sam Ward and Bo Eisner on the blue line in front of Brady Holtvoet. And for SAIT, it's a whole bunch of SJHL alumni. As usual, Owen Underhill, Colby Bear, and Zach Kane. This line was wonderful a night ago. It's clearly the best line for SAIT. Obviously, Underhill from Battlefords, Colby Bear from Battlefords, and Zach Kane mostly from the Melville Millionaires. As we're underway here, I'm Jamie Neugebauer, the SJHL in its whites, the SAIT Trojans in its blacks, and this was the choice of the SJHL as the number 1 seed. They wanted to wear the whites, did the SJHL team. They felt like they played better in the 3 games with the whites and the 1 game in the blues and wanted to have that white jersey feeling again. So there you have it. And I like these black SAITs as well, as former Melville captain Peyton Kostitian on the ice as well. A couple of former Melville Millionaires captains on the ice for SAIT. Here's Campbell right off the hop. He almost had an open net feed there for Jai Zawatsky, but a good defensive play, and the big line for SAIT goes to work. Colby Ball, long shot right into the glove of Holtvoet, and he'll hang on for the whistle. And thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know where you're watching from. I also wouldn't mind if someone told me if the audio sounds okay. I don't have a producer or anything, so it's just me doing my best to bring this to you. But I heard it is on Flow Hockey there. If you're looking for it, type in SAIT and maybe stay with my broadcast too. If you don't mind, I would appreciate it, as this one's chipped in by the former Yorkton Terrier, Tate Schofer. Now it's going to be picked up by Gavin Granger to Joey Lees. Lees up to Reed Arbery. The Flin Flon boys trying to connect. Arbery with the overtime winner yesterday. Lees looking to spin it back. He's got his man, Tylen Henriksen, behind him, but it was poked away, and trying to jump the route here is Rusty Demo. He'll get it down low, only as far as Ty Henriksen, and it's going to be banged up the wall, down the ice in a foot race. Tate Schofer chasing it and negates the icing as Holtvoet throws it to the corner where Sam Ward will, that's Reed Arbery poking at it. Demo turns that one right into the waiting path of Schofer, but the puck intercepted in a big spot there by Gavin Granger, and he'll play it up the half wall. Team Czechia, by the way, has won the bronze medal in this tournament. They beat Augustana in the bronze medal game earlier today. Thank you, Hannah, for letting me know that the audio is working okay. Here's a chance for Butts. He'll flip it out in front. Holtvoet will hang on, and 2-0 the shots favor SAIT so far. Hello to Sonia Schneider. Hello to Bion. Hello to Jody Oakes, the wife of our wonderful general manager, Rick. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, Jody. That's very kind. Says that you made us feel like we're all there. That's really kind of you, Jody. Thank you. Your husband, Rick, has been an awesome, awesome guy to hang out with, and clearly does a wonderful job for the Melville Millionaire, or the Melfort Mustangs, pardon me, and this team. Melville wishes they had Rick, didn't, right, Jody? There you go. Here we go. Yule back the other way for SAIT as they'll go to the attack again. 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone. Opening period of the gold medal game. No score. kind of sad that this group of guys won't play together again. Go back to being enemies real soon, in fact. Here's Saddlemeyer. Here he waits and shoots. That's off the midsection of McLean, and he hangs on, and he'll kick that one away. Here's a nice interception by Ethan Andrews. Quick pass up to Olsen, who might have had some space if he wasn't at the end of a shift, but just left it off to Saddlemeyer, who jumped in and put it in. That's right, Jody. Rick Oakes is a Melville Millionaires alumni, so I'm not too far off calling him a Melville Millionaire. There you go. It's a face-off now to the left of Andrew McLean. Andrew played with Brock in the Niagara region, St. Catharines, Ontario, before transferring to the SAIT Trojans. Of course, SAIT in Calgary, Alberta. Dagelman, I'll leave it that for Hiltz in the neutral zone, or Briltz, pardon me, not Hiltz. So I'm sure they'd love to have the old Hiltz there from the Weyburn Red Wings back in the day. Here is Briltz. He was also a Weyburn alumni. Dagelman looking there to get it back to Briltz in the corner. He's being bothered by Bo Eisner as it's played up the wall, and it's going to be Drew Moldy chasing after it. Noah Asmundson trying to play it wide, battling there with Kostishin. Nice little move. The backhand towards the net. Now left side here for Ward, who steps up. Sam Ward below the goal line. Throws it into the middle. Was looking for Asmundson, but Allgaier had him tied up. Asmundson down to the corner for Josh Sale. Briltz and Sale all tangled up, but back the other way it goes. Off the wall, down the ice, and it's going to be an icing, or will it? Takes a bit of a curl right there. The sweepers let that one go. The draw weight was good, and so icing was waved off as the pass from Holtvoet went to Williams, and he kind of stick-handled it out to the neutral zone. Here comes Demo in the middle. Was looking for Campbell. Now Demo gets it back again, and he'll throw it into the SAIT zone, where McLean will play it behind the net. 4 minutes gone in the first, no score. Gold medal game as this one falls to the feet of Demo. Now Bear waits, has it taken away from him by Granger, as Underhill will play it in deep for Kane. Kane throws it to the former Battle First North Stars SJHL champion Colby Bear, and it's going to be played to the neutral zone. Corey King, he flips that one up. Underhill chasing. Underhill goes around. The shot is on. Holtvoet the save, and a good one, as it's going to be pulled away by Jai Zawatsky down the right side. He'll pop it in, and it's going to go right to McLean. Zawatsky working hard there. Good first save there by Holtvoet to fill that puck. It's going to be played into the corner in the SAIT zone, and Ewell will go back. The former Drumheller Dragons captain will play to the former Battlefords captain, Tanner Gold. But down low it goes. Henriksen giving a bump. Throws it out in front. Harkness from a bad angle. That was high and rising and out of play. And yeah, Harkness with a big season offensively for the Melville Millionaires this year. 7 goals, 24 assists. Doesn't have a point in this tournament, but that doesn't mean he hasn't played very, very well. He's been as steady and as a rock as they come. Very comfortable playing whatever role and identity his team needs him to win the hockey game. And he's just been a mature leader for this team, a quiet leader for this team. You can see why they love him in Melville. He's played really, really well. Just hasn't been able to find the score sheet just yet, but that's fine. Ethan Andrews to Harkness. Shot is blocked by Schofer. A little Yorkton Terrier blocking a Melville Millionaire shot right there. Those two teams did battle last night. Here is Joey Lees looking for Harkness. Harkness steps up and shoots. What a good right toe save by McLean. Andrews shoots. That one's blocked by Briltz. Now it's a 2-on-1 for SAIT. Rechny offside. One linesman said good. One linesman said offside. And I think they got the right call as we get a whistle. Jen Haas, thanks for streaming this. You're very welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. Shannon Schofer, thank you so much again for tuning in. Mary Lou Pissack from Stockholm, Saskatchewan. Looks like Tate Schofer took a penalty there. The Yorkton Terriers alum, as well as Moose Jaw Warriors, and the SJHL go to the power play. The SJHL clicking at 27% coming into this game. On the power play. Here at the half wall is Williams trying to get it through the feet of Kane. Where Andrews, important, keeps it in because Underhill might have had a breakaway. Here's Van Egger trying to worm his way back to the point. Now it's handled by Andrews to Ryland Williams. Far side to Gavin Granger. Here is Granger at the left point. Down low to Joey Lees. Tried to throw that one out in front for Egger. Up the wall it goes, and Williams will come up with it. The Estevan Bruins star. He'll play it to the left side to Granger. Granger to Williams. He shoots. That was a rocket, and that one was maybe off the glove of McLean and off the glass behind the SAIT goaltender. As Clayton trying to dig that one free, as is Joey Lees. Minute 10 to go in the power play. The SJHL has done a nice job moving this puck around, but haven't beaten McLean. Granger, far side to Egger. He shoots. That one's blocked by Clayton. Egger has his stick lifted by Zach Kane at the last second, and it's knocked down the ice. And boy, does Zach Kane play a lot, and boy, does he play well. He looks outstanding for SAIT in this whole tournament. Here is Aiden Saddlemeyer trying to go wide, has his stick lifted, but Colby Bear actually lost his stick in the process. Sale gets it to the point there for Demo. Here is Russ Demo. Left side for Ward. He fans on it. Rechny pokes at it. Demo puts it on. Bounces around a little bit, but Kostishin will bang it off the boards, and it's kept in by Ward the other way. Kostishin tries again here. Ward can't reach it. 20 seconds to go in this power play for the SJHL. 12:50 to go in the first period. 0-0 still here in the gold medal game. Saddlemeyer winds his way in. He'll spin it back, looking for an option. That's out of the reach of Noah Asmundson. Asmundson tangles with his man, knocked down the ice, and SAIT showing some man strength so far, winning those 50-50 battles on this power play right now. As Sam Ward will play it to Demo behind the SJHL net, and we're back to even strength as the power play's kind of come and gone for this SJHL team, which is fair enough. Not a team that's practiced or played a lot together, even at the gold medal game of this tournament. It's a short tournament. Eisner trying to play that one along the boards. Demo in there as well. Back to the left point for Hanvold. He shoots. That one's blocked by Arbery. Down to the corner it goes for Clark. Trying to settle this one down is Bo Eisner. And it's finally dug free. And here is Arbery. Throws it to the neutral zone where Hanvold will regroup it to Corey King. King sweeps it in. Tried to get that one to the front of the net is Hanvold, but Campbell pulls it away. The Phillipsburg, Quebec native. Right on the U.S. border is Phillipsburg. Was speaking to Anthony a little bit earlier today, so there's a lot of Campbells in that part of Quebec. Here is Dagelman. Little poke to the middle for Briltz. Left side, going one-on-one there with Eisner. Lost the handle, and it's played to the middle of the ice by Harkness. His Sale will fan on his passing attempt, and Dagelman gives him a hit as a result, as Arbery can't get it deep. Arbery pokes at it, and now Asmundson will chase after it, the man who played in the KIJHL last year. And it's going to be pulled there away from Allgaier. Allgaier waits, looks, shoots, midsection of Holtzvogt. And he hangs on for the whistle. Philip and Bethany Lees tuning in. Thank you so much from Stafford, Virginia. My understanding is Joey's Aunt Jamie won the 50-50 here a couple days ago. I don't know if you heard about that, Philip and Bethany Lees. If you did, maybe tell us how much they won. I don't really know. I know Ryan Williams' mom won the 50-50 one of the games. Sale digging in deep there. Ball will pull it from him, though, as Bear will turn it to Asmundson. He'll just try to flip it towards the net, and it's out of play. And before Noah Asmundson got hurt a couple games ago, this line was probably the best line for the SJHL, the Highway 39 line between Asmundson of Estevan, Sale, and Moldy of Weyburn. As the face-off will come to the right of Andrew McLean, Zayden Saddlemeyer, Brendan Olsen, Van Egger, Ethan Andrews, and Boston Harkness at the blue line. Here is Ethan Andrews. Quick feet, quick hands for Ethan. That is his calling card for sure, but Colby Bear able to pull that one away, throws it into the shin pads of Saddlemeyer, and that's down the ice. But they said Egger took a bad little hinge there trying to make an icing happen, but I think that puck had plenty of juice on it. Should have been an icing, but the referee knows, the linesman know better than me. This one's going to be smartly just fluttered off the glass by Andrews, and he's out of trouble, and Kane will just chip that one back in again. That little play so smart by Ethan Andrews. Get out of trouble, don't take an icing, but those little plays that he can do shows his hockey IQ and helps his team win whatever he can, Ethan Andrews. Yeah, Van Egger will play that one. You can see why his coach here, Drew Kosher, plays him so much for the Estevan Bruins as well. Here is Gavin Granger. Winds his way through, leaves it for Anthony Campbell. Shot blocked, rebound. They score! Gavin Granger, side of the net on the rebound from Anthony Campbell's shot. And the Battlefords North Stars boys get things going here. And it's 1-0 SJHL as Granger gets in on the action, his first goal of the tournament. And with 9:51 to go, it's 1-0 SJHL here in the first period. And again, you think back to that play Ethan Andrews made. He was in some trouble at a bad angle, wasn't going north, able to get that out on the ice without having an icing. Get the line change. Granger comes on and he puts one home, and he's having a monster year for Battlefords. Offensive guy. You know, he's a team guy, but he was not happy he wasn't putting up any points. He has 25 points as a defenseman this year already in the SJHL, but now he's got a big goal, and it's 1-0 SJHL as it's into the blue paint. Holtwood hangs on. The official lost his view of it there. And so the whistle glowed dead. Hello to Leanne Smith from Buena Vista, Saskatchewan, just near Regina. Rianne McIntyre, woohoo, Granger, that's our guy, yeah. He's a beauty. It was a nice goal. And Leonard Strandberg, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Was a nice goal. It was a great finish by Granger. And Drew Kosher with the Bruins and here really does not put training wheels on his D-men. Pick your spots. You're going to have to be accountable if you make mistakes, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. Get up on the play. And Gavin Granger was just to the left of McLean, got the rebound of a nice shot from Anthony Campbell and banged it home. And so it's 1-0 in favor of the SJHL. And the SJHL has taken the 1-0 lead in every single game they've played in this tournament so far. That's a great way to live your life, folks. Get off to a good start. They were not happy really with their game yesterday, the SJHLers. Found a way, though. Dion Cole, you can watch this on Flow Hockey if you want. My suggestion, humbly, is you can turn it on there, mute it, and listen to me. Try to sync it up, but it's up to you. Face off to the right of Holtvoet is won by SAIT. Towards the net it goes as Joey Lees trying to poke it to Arbery. Now he does. Tylen Henriksen to Lees, had his stick lifted. Trying to poke that one free was Henriksen. And it's going to be played along the wall. So every single SJHLer but one with a point so far in this tournament. Here's Briltz 2-on-1 with Rechny, though. Briltz, the shot, the rebound, nice save there by Holtvoet as Kostishin falls at the inopportune moment and the puck's out of the neutral zone. Rechny now to Hanvold. He'll chip it into the corner and Harkness will go on and try to find that one. Sale tried to poke it by his man, but it's kept in by Schofer. Here is Harkness around the wall trying to pick that one up, and he flips it to Arbery. Now Asmundson, he's got Sale with him. Asmundson, the shot. Just put that wide. Moldy didn't realize there was nobody on that point there. Tried to keep it in, but he was a little too late when he decided to do so. Clayton now, though, in the SAIT zone will play it along the wall. 8:10 to go in the first period of the gold medal game. Harkness, what a nifty move at the point. Had it poked away from him, though. Moldy down low there. He finds Sale looking for Moldy in the slot, though, and it's pulled away by Dagelman. He'll chip it up the wall. Moldy along the boards there for Ethan Andrews. Trying to find it in his feet. Andrews digging for it, but it's going to be pulled away here by Clark. Clark to Ball. His shot is blocked by Moldy. Poke that again, and the SJHLers will go to the attack as Sale gets it to the neutral zone. Dylan Clark out of Fort McMurray Oil Barons, playing in his fourth year for SAIT. Harkness into the shin pads there of Bear, but it does come out to the neutral zone as King will play it to Ewell. Here's Ewell. Left side to Kane. looking for a lane in the middle. That pass too hard. It finds Underhill, though, in the corner. Bad angle shot, and Brady Holtvoet hangs on. What a job of rebound control it continues to be by Brady Holtvoet. Leonard, my understanding is if you search for SAIT, the game will be on Full Hockey. SAIT is my understanding. Donna Britton from Baker's Narrows. Tylen Henriksen is her billet grandson. Not sure how that works if you live in Baker's Narrows, Manitoba, but Tylen Henriksen is your billet grandson. But anyways, there you go. Kane, up the boards. I'm guessing you have some sort of cottage in Baker's Narrows. Anyways, not important. Here is Bo Eisner to Colby Bear. Far side. This one's going to be picked up by SAIT again as Underhill has it go off the leg of Brendan Olson of the Nipawin Hawks and into the neutral zone. Gavin Granger, the only goal of the game. Here is Brendan Olson. Boys, he's been terrific on and off the ice. Attitude. He's been a great provider, and he tips that one on. 5 assists in the tournament for Brendan Olson. Here's Zach Kane. Kane going wide, looking for Bear. It's out in front. They swipe at another right pad save by Holtvoet, and he's been sharp as attack. Here's Jai Zawatsky. Little inside-out move there on Tanner Gold. Unable to get it through the former Battlefords North Stars captain. And back into the SJHL zone it goes. Demo trying to find it in his feet. Butts gives him a shove as it falls to the middle of the ice, and it's going to be played to the line, and it thought it came out. Indeed, it did as Handvold fired it back in again before his team had tagged up. Granger trying to find Williams. That's going to be icing against the SJHL with 5:44 to go here in the first period. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you comment down below. Love to hear from you. 5:44 to go in the period. Pace off to the right of Holtvoet. Here's Simpson for the SAIT Trojans. To Gold, the shot. Great stick there by Anthony Campbell, getting in the way of his former fellow Battlefords North Star, Tanner Gold, who's in a dangerous position to shoot it. Campbell battling hard. Poke to the corner it goes. Campbell lifts the man's stick. It falls for Williams. Out in front, was looking for Zawatsky, but he was more central, and it went wide of the net. So when chipped to the neutral zone, Granger trying to find it, and it's going to be Russ Demo who comes up with it. Demo trying to find it in his feet, the Alberta native Demo. This one's going to be picked up here by Zawatsky. He was looking in the middle there for Campbell. It was just out of his reach. Here's ball. It's going to roll right in onto Holtvoet, and he calmly hangs on with 4:58 to go in the first period. No, still 1-0 SJHL. The goal belonging to Gavin Granger. Boston Harkness back on the ice playing in his, well, he's still waiting to play his 200th SJHL game. At 199 is Boston Harkness. And here he is. He's got Tylen Henriksen right into the waiting arms of McLean, who just pops it along the wall. Chauffeur as far as Andrews, who wires it back in, and McLean will leave it there for Colby Ball. Ball behind his own net out of Sherwood Park, Alberta. Second-year student, was a really good offensive defenseman in the SJHL for the Melville Millionaires. Briltz will fire that one to the other corner. Rechny kind of touches it down. Here is Kostishin. He'll bang that one along the boards. Briltz giving a shove there as he'll reach for that one. Harkness along the boards. Two captains of Melville touching the puck in different times right there. Kostishin and Harkness. And here is Kostishin. Losing his stick is Lees. Falls to Rechny in the middle of the ice. And the brother of Cole Rechny, who's in the World Juniors right now. Canada will take Czechia on the semifinal tomorrow. I'm sure the Rechny family paying close attention there. This one's off the pants there of Moldy. Back to the neutral zone, but Sale will go to the attack. Sale given a hard bump there by a big man in Tate Ewell, and the SAIT Trojans will take their time with 3:40 to go in the first. 1-0 is the score. The SJHL leads it. Olsen intercepts that one, touches it to Josh Sale. Sale the shot, tried to force it far side for Asmundson. It was a little bit too errant, and down the ice it goes, and it's going to be a foot race. And I thought Eisner won the race for the icing, but again, the linesman disagrees. Gold plays it along for King. King and Gold give and go in the offensive zone. They'll chip that one into the corner, Allgaier, and they're going to go off on a change with the Trojans. As here is Bo Eisner behind his net, the two-time defending SJHL champion with the Melfort Mustangs, Eisner. Underhill has it poked by him. Out in front, Underhill, the bear, he scores! And not much Holtvogt could do. SJHL caught in the middle of a bad line change, and Colby Bear, the former Battleford's North Star, bangs that one home from in tight. He was there for a long time as the SJHLers just couldn't get a handle on the puck. And it's 1-1 with 2:58 to go in the gold medal game. A little miscue, a little miscommunication between Eisner and Ward. And Colby Bear gets the assist from Underhill as well. The Battleford's connection there for SAIT. Here is Saddlemeyer to the point for Demo. Now Gavin Granger, the shot, looking for the tip was Olsen, and McLean's going to hang on for the whistle with 2:35 to go in the first period. SJHL did hit 3 posts during the game yesterday too. No, these guys paying close attention to proceedings back home as well. Lots of games going on tonight in the SJHL. Here's a chance for Saddlemeyer in the corner. Trying to step around from Kostishin, and Saddlemeyer battling for it. Here is Kostishin through the neutral zone. Egger will chip at it. Egger plays it back to the feet of Demo. Demo will take his time. He's got Egger to the left, but he'll just flip it right on. They score! As funny a goal as you'll ever see. Rusty Demo from the center ice area took a horrible bounce on McLean. And with 2:10 to go, it's 2-1 SJHL on a weird flipper by Russ Demo. He flipped it. It was going to the left of McLean. He went out to play it, and it took a funky hop. And I kind of love that play by a D-man. If you're just going to flip it in, flip it high and try to land it in front of the goalie. You never know. And that was as fluky as a goal as you'll get. I'm sure Rusty will tell you he did it on purpose. But it doesn't matter because it's 2-1 SJHL. Out in front trying to find Williams, but there wasn't enough mustard on it on the pass from Zawatsky. Here's Rechny. Andrews loses his stick. The rebound, they score. And it's 2-2 as they go back and forth. As Rechny on a 2-on-1 after Ethan Andrews had lost his twig. And so back and forth we go. And the SAIT Trojans showing their caliber right now. Responding right away. 2-2 with 1:46 to go in the first. And you know, I was talking to Mike Reagan a couple games ago when he was doing color for me. You're pretty susceptible right after you score a goal. Granger trying to bang that one for Ewell, and Arbery will look to send that one in deep again. So it's Rechny and Bear. Rechny from Macklin, Saskatchewan, by the way. The goals for SAIT. Granger and Demo, the goals for the SJ2 defensemen getting the goals for SJHL. Ward turns it to Bear there. It's off a leg into the corner. Now Zach Kane back to the left point for Ewell. Little give and go. Ewell at the top. Long shot is blocked there by Arbery. Checks his twig as it's out of play with 1:02 to go here in the first period. And the SJHL a little sloppy in the D zone, costing them both goals. Odd man rushes both, and Brady Holtvogt no chance on either of them. A funky one for Demo. Made it 2-1 after Gavin Granger banged in a rebound. Here's Yule with a minute to play in the period. It's into the corner in the SJHL zone. Falls for Granger. He'll look for an option. Little chip up the air, looking there for Olsen. It flips on the stick of King and down into the SAIT zone. King for Yule. He'll play it along the wall, looking to get it to Rechny. Saddlemeyer into the middle for Olsen. Olsen waits and shoots. That's a bullet. The shot on. That was a nice save by McLean as Granger from pretty much the same spot he scored. Wired that one right off the end boards. And Van Egger getting into it with Tate Yule, trying to get some emotion into the SJHL team right now. 35.5 seconds to go in a wild first period. 2-2 is the score here in the gold medal game. Great crowd on hand here for the Viking Cup gold medal game. Face off to the left of McLean. Saddlemeyer and Rechny. Here is Kostishin. Going wide. Olsen, nice job of forechecking. Into the middle there for Saddlemeyer. He turns and shoots. Lifts it into the arm as Van Egger in a battle here, and not sure what the penalty's for here. They might be calling Van Egger for goalie interference. And Van's complaining here. They're going to call goalie interference on Egger. Van felt like he was sort of dragged into the goalie, so SAIT will go to the power play for the first time here in this one. Big kill here to end the first period. It'll be Harkness and Andrews with Moldy and Arbery for the SJHL. Rechny, Bear, Underhill, King, and Kane for SAIT. Face off to the right of Holtvoet. Face off won by Rechny. Here is King. Moldy watching him. Now to the point for Rechny. He shoots. Shot is blocked by Arbery. It went right to Rechny again. Kane. Gives and goes. He has a cannon, does Zach Kane. King looking for a lane. He's got Rechny on the left. The shot. Midsection of Holtvoet. He hangs on. The rebound is into the glove there of Holtvoet, and he hangs on. Good work by Drew Moldy in the slot to shovel that one back on to Brady Holtvoet. Face off to the left and Holtvoet. Campbell and Bear. Campbell wins it, but it's right to Rechny, and it's to the corner, and that'll do it for the first period. Wild one. 2-2 is the score. It'll be a minute and 35 seconds of power play time to start the second period for SAIT, with Van Egger in the penalty box. Gavin Granger scored the first goal of the game. 9:51 left to go in the period on a rebound from Anthony Campbell. Then Colby Bear, the former Battleford North Star, cruised in alone on Holtvoet after a bit of a defensive miscue and put it high glove. Russ Demo dumped one in right in front of the goaltender McLean, and it took a funky bounce in from center ice. We had 2 on SJHL, but then moments later, Austin Rechny banged home a empty net on a 2-on-1 to make it 2-2. Demo with his third of the tournament. Granger with his first. And that's where we stand after 20 minutes here in the gold medal game. With that, I'll play my video of who is playing for Team SJHL right now.
I'm Reed Arbery. I'm a forward from Fort St. John, BC, and I play for the Flin Flon Bombers.
Drew Moldy, forward from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and I play for the Weyburn Red Wings.
Rylan Williams, right wing, Kyle, Saskatchewan, Estevan Bruins.
Hey, I'm Tylen Hendrickson, play left wing. I'm from Foam Lake, Saskatchewan. and I play for the Yorkton Terriers.
My name is Brendan Olson. I'm a forward from St. Albert, Alberta. I play for the Nipawin Hawks.
My name is Noah Asmussen. I play center. I'm from White City, Saskatchewan, and I play for the Estevan Bruins.
My name is Josh Shell. I play left wing. I'm from Prince George, BC, and I play for the Weyburn Red Wings.
My name is Van Hager. I play right wing. I'm from Willowbunch, Saskatchewan, and I play for the Kindersley Clippers.
Joey Lees, centerman from Flin Flon, and I play for the Flin Flon Bombers.
My name is Anthony Campbell. I play center. I'm from Phillipsburg, Quebec, and I play for the Battlefield North Stars.
Jai Zawatsky, left wing from Yorkton, Saskatchewan, and I play for the Yorkton Terriers.
I'm Zayden Sadomar. I'm centerman from Buena Vista, Saskatchewan, and I play for the Melfort Mustangs.
Ethan Andrews, play defense from Kimberley, BC, play for the Estevan Bruins.
My name's Russ Demo. I'm a defenseman from the Kindersley Clippers from Calgary, Alberta.
I'm Sam Ward. I'm a defenseman. I'm from Kamloops, British Columbia, and I'm on the Flin Flon Bombers.
Hi, I'm Bo Eisner. I'm a defenseman. I'm from Swan River, Manitoba, and I play for the Melfort Mustangs.
I'm Gavin Granger. I'm a defenseman. I'm from Saskatoon, and I play for the Battlefield North Stars.
Boston Harkness, defense from Emerald Park, Saskatchewan. I play for the Melville Millionaires.
Graham Brown, I'm a goalie from Victoria, BC, and I play for the LaRonge Wolves.
Brady Holtvogt, goalie, Humboldt, Saskatchewan, Humboldt Broncos.
The camera on us. Reps are solid here. Pressure's on. Hey, come on! You want to say something to the mic, Wardle? This is Zonk. Yeah, I got the mic. Yeah, let me get in here. So I'm picking. Hey, your spot, Wardle! Shoot your shot, Wardle! Yeah, I know, me neither. The legs are not moving on that. Missile! Missile! Hey, good touch. 74%, boys. 74. Keep it calm, boys. Calm 74%.
Oh, hey, that's a good first rep there, bud. Don't worry.
Hey, movie night tonight. Yeah, boys, movie night.
Hey, Sam, sort of. Movie night.
Movie night? Come on, man! Come on! You kidding me? That's right in the middle! What was that? Come on. There we go. Hey, there's a couple nice pucks out here. Ah! Oh! Crap. So am I going no puck here?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you're cutting middle. I'm going out.
You're dumping Joey.
Yeah, cut middle. Yeah, kick. Hey! Come on! Okay, who's going next here so I don't mess this up? I don't mind this drill. It's a calm drill. Hey! Come on now. Here, you get up there. Yeah. Dude, I'm trying not to like breathe too hard here. Like, trying to hold my breath a little bit.
Look like your cardio's
going. Yeah, exactly. Kick. Right in the net. Yeah, boys, hey, it's all you. 4L, boys. That's what we do. Embrace it. So got the gym. No. Get out there. What just happened? Yup. Hey! Come on. Leave.
My bad. Good hops there, eh? Good hops.
How are you?
Good, how are you? How are you? Boys, calm her down. Sam, did you brush your teeth this morning?
Yeah.
Like you're literally, ow!
Oh, that was huge.
They're looking a little, dude, your teeth are looking a little yellow. Okay, there's Sam Ward with another pizza. Sam Ward. Does that surprise you? No, not really. Backdoor pass. What a save! Oh! Oh! Joey, we gotta find some questions we have to ask the boys. Hey! Yeah. Oh! Oh! You're a sniper, I can tell, eh?
Oh, he's got the camera flipped now.
Oh, he's got the camera flipped. Holy. Oh! Almost took you out there. How many games have you played? 7? Oh, that's not bad. 10? You like it? Have fun? Yeah. You're a defenseman now? Oh, that's good. I like defensemen. Hey, did you like that breakout right there? Good breakout right there, hey Demo? Demo, did you like that? Yeah. Turned up the wall, boom, smacked her over. I think so deceptive.
Oh,
so
look at
deceptive.
this guy, showtime.
How many goals you got this year? 0. That's a lie. You're lying to me. Oh, we got it there. Little guy's got it. Oh! We're getting diced up here, boys. Over. Sam Ward with the pizza up the middle. Oh, and we have a huge tendy in net, so obviously it's not going to go in, right? That is. Not supposed to give away our secrets here, but that might be. We got a future Matthew Schaefer out here. You beauty. He's actually a beauty, eh? Stupid Lindling. Stupid Lindling. Wonder, what's your favorite kind of pizza? Pizza? Yeah, favorite kind of pizza.
Why?
We're just asking questions. No. Dude, you actually lost that, Sims. Oh. Dude, you see. Going on. It was. Dude, Joey, help me. Save me, Joey. Save me, Joey.
All right, well, welcome to a brand new episode of Viking Quest here on New Year's Day 2026, and I'm joined for Viking Quest by the Battleford North Stars contingent here for Team SJHL. It's Gavin Granger and Anthony Campbell here with me today. Happy New Year's, boys. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's really cool. First off, I'll ask you, Soups, your birthday was while you were here.
Yep.
I guess just talk about if you get anything for your birthday, given how close it is to Christmas, and if anything kind of went down. I was trying to get the coaching staff to do something, but the Zamboni guy was kicking us off the ice. So
yeah, no, I didn't do really much. It was a travel day for me. I left my house at like 6 a.m. to go to the airport, and got on the plane at 8 a.m. Got to Camrose at like 8:30, I think. So we're straight to practice. So No, it was a pretty long and boring birthday. I'd say that.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But hopefully your birthday present will be a gold medal.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be pretty nice. Grange, I got to ask you. Obviously, a lot of the guys in that room have championship experience, been on good teams, gone on playoff runs. But obviously, you bring in that championship in Saskatchewan U18, and you were around all sorts of talented guys in that Battleford decor over the years. I guess just talk about what you're trying to bring, as a guy who's kind of been in big games before here at this event.
Yeah, obviously won a title with the Blazers. That was probably the greatest moment of my hockey career, and obviously, every year you try and redo that, and you want to feel that same feeling again. It's pretty special, but playing in those games, you get a little nervous, and you just got to try and play your game and do your thing.
Now, obviously, same for you, Soups. Like so much talent on this team, and you think about trying to put together a line, and makes a lot of sense for you to be on the line with Ryland, because you guys played together, I guess, last year, even though it's not anymore this year. But I guess just talk about, the chemistry building, because it seemed like you guys were really, really flying, especially, against Czechia and against Augustana there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Williams is one of the best players in the league, and so is Zawatsky. So playing with them is really nice. Zawatsky is very, very fast, and Williams and I have had some chemistry in the past, and then it's nice to bring it back during this cup.
Yeah, and for you, Gavin, I don't know how on purpose it was or wasn't, but a lot of people talking about the fact that the D pairs are all like in division D pairs, and obviously Kindo and Battleford don't love each other usually, so you get to play with Rusty Demo, who's obviously a huge character, but I'm sure when puck drops West Central or West Sask rivalry, you guys don't like each other too much. But just talk about playing with Russ. He's having a great tournament.
Yeah, obviously. I can't say I've ever liked the guy, to be honest. Playing against Kindersley, sure. I don't have a single good thing to say.
This is real talk here. I like it.
Yeah, I don't have a single good thing to say about anyone on Kindersley, but we sit next to each other in the locker room. We've been chatting it up, and we bet some money on last night's game, and got some bragging rights there. But he's an unbelievable hockey player, and a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, Soups, just tell us about the building situation, how you guys are kind of enjoying everything around the Viking Cup so far.
It's unreal, honestly. The billets take care of us so good. We're treated like their own kids. I'm with Jason and Connie, and they're really nice people. And they, I can't say anything bad about them. The food's great. They make sure we're fed and we're ready here on time and everything. So no, it's been really nice to come here. It's such a short notice, and then they bring us to their homes, and it's really nice for them.
Yeah, it has been terrific. And what's been the most fun thing for me is to just watch you guys play, because you guys have.
Same
as a
for
team,
us.
No, as a whole team, the team has been absolutely so electric. Mm-hmm. It must be just a thrill to be out there. Gav, I gotta ask you, how is this happening? Obviously you guys are talented, but beyond that, how has it been that you guys have been able to come together so fast and find that cohesion, that chemistry?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. Everybody wants to win, and with us being older guys and experience, we know what you need to do. You go out there and you do your job, and you don't take any team lightly. You can't take any games off. It's a short tournament, and every game matters. So I think we all understand that, and we all, we're giving up our Christmas break to be here, so might as well come out and win it.
Yeah, for sure. I guess a similar question to you, Soups. Just obviously for offensive guys, for scoring guys, getting puck touches together, shifts together, getting an understanding of where guys going to be and what the guys' tendencies are on power play and things like that. You just need to do it together.
Yeah.
How is it that you guys have been able to make some plays? 20 goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
The scoring has been so spread out. How's that happen?
It's just like Granger said. We're all 20-year-olds, and we all want to go for the cup, and then just to come out here during our Christmas break, and it's just everyone wants to win, and it's just when everyone's on the same goal, everything just clicks, and I feel like everybody's so skilled and so fast that and you could put any guy on the power play or any guy on the penalty kill, and it'd be really good.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously there's sort of defensive guys you'd think. Well, folks, welcome back here inside the Encana Arena in Camrose, Alberta, for the gold medal game of the Viking Cup. Team SJHL in a real battle. The SAIT Trojans and the SJHL team just throwing punches so far in this one. It is 2-2 as we start the second period. Team SJHL with a minute 35 to kill with Van Egger in the box for a goalie interference penalty. The shots are 12-9 in favor of SAIT. As the penalty kill will begin this period with Drew Boldy, Reed Arbery, Russ Demo, and Gavin Granger. SAIT Trojans go with all of their stars. They play Bear and Kane and Underhill a lot for good reason. They have Retchney, King, Bear, Kane, and Underhill. King is playing on the left wing, a little bit of a face-off play maybe here coming up the Flin Flon Bombers alumni. They're having a word with the official as they're maybe waiting for the ice to melt a little bit out there. The SJHL going 4-0 in the round robin, including beating the SAIT team yesterday afternoon on an overtime winner from Reed Arbery. The SJHL had a 5-on-3 power play in overtime. Couldn't score. Both teams have had one power play in this game so far. The SAIT Trojans on their first one at the speed. Still waiting, I guess, for this ice to melt. And now we're going to get going. Drew Boldy against Cody Bear. On the face-off, on Jamie Nugabauer, thank you so much for tuning in on the YouTube and Facebook page. The demo flips at that one, but it's right into the midsection of King. And King jumped in clearly offside, but the linesman didn't call it. Granger flips at this one. It goes down the length of the ice. Minute 18 to go in the penalty to Ben Egger. The former Kindersley, or the current Kindersley Clipper, former Prince George Cougar, fifth round Bronco, Notre Dame Junior Hound. Kane leaves that one for King. Here is Retchney, the shot. Holt with the save. And once again, the puck just sticks to that kid in net. The rebound control on Brady Holt. Absolutely sensational. Member of the Prince George Cougars who started this season, Brady Holt. Played 7 games, 3 seasons regular for the Cougars in the Western League. Outstanding goaltender here because the Humboldt Broncos starting goaltender had to pull out with injury, Charlie Tritt. Charlie would have been outstanding here as well. You'd believe he's been the best goalie in the SJHL all year. Here comes Underhill now, left side. He can absolutely fly, but after 2 years in Battleford, we all knew that already. This one down the ice, and it's going to be handled by Andrew McLean. 30 seconds to go, and the penalty to Egger. Minute gone in the second period, still 2-2. Puck behind McLean's net. He stretches it up the ice for Butts. Simpson trying to settle that one down for Clark. Good stick for Ethan Andrews. Is Olsen reaching for it? As the check the audio here. Apologies if there's some issues there. I see the problem. I'm sure that's better now. Thanks to Hannah Grace. I think I should be better now. Thanks for pointing that out. Here's a chance for Zawatsky the other way. Zawatsky on a 2-on-1 with Ward makes a move. Tried to toe drag and go upstairs. And didn't force a save in the end out of McLean as Granger's all tangled up. We are back to even strength by the by as Ward loses his stick and Williams will come up with it. Maybe someone can comment if my audio sounds better now. I think I've fixed the problem. As here is Bo Eisner Here's a chance for Arbery to Rylan Williams. He was about to be in a good shooting position, but the puck bounced on him. Demo shot blocked by Ewell in front. Algeyer has it poked away from him by Talon Henriksen. Clayton down low, battling with Arbery. Does come free to Joey Lees, though. Lees looking for Eisner, was in his feet, and now it's pulled away. His chauffeur has it go in front of him, and Lees will bang it up the wall, wearing number 11 in white. 2 buckets on the ice. Not sure what's going on there. 2 guys missing helmets. Don't see that too often. Brendan Olson doing some fishing over there for 1 helmet. Looks like it belongs to Jai Zawatsky. Here's Josh Sale trying to find that one in his feet. Finds Arbery. Plays it to Lees. Here is Joey Lees. He'll play it off of a helmet. I think it went off of a SAIT helmet. The helmet playing D for SAIT in the D zone right there. Lucky SAIT there with 5.5 players on the ice for a second. With the, if you include the helmet, a half a player. 16:40 to go in the second period. Maybe half is a little aggressive there. Moldy. Got to play that one carefully in the corner. Asmundson doesn't get much on his clearing attempt. It goes to Hanvold. That's a rocket high over the net. Kostishin throws it down low. He's been steady defensively. Sale trying to find that one. Sale stepped it away from by Kostishin. Here he goes. Kostishin around the net there as he's held on to. Moldy reaching for it. Demo as well, but it falls to Briltz. Briltz, the wraparound. He shoots and maybe hit the side of the post. I'm not sure. But Holtvoet held on. Well, the helmet's got 1 takeaway. I don't know if the helmet will show up on Instat. There was no head in the helmet. That's good. As well for the person who was wearing it before, especially. Face off to the left of Holtvoet. It'll be Saddlemeyer's unit out there with Brendan Olson and Van Egger. Very effective forechecking line this has been. Saddlemeyer looking for Olson, who's out of his reach, but Harkness will at least chip it a little bit further forward. Underhill, only as far as Olson, and it'll fall back to Harkness, and he'll chip it back into the SAIT zone. 4 minutes and 10 seconds, pardon me, of tense hockey so far gone in this second period, as it's going to fall to Holtvoet, and he'll just cover it up. With 15:40 to go in the second period. Thank you, everybody, for the confirmation that my audio is fixed. Estevan has a 1-0 lead on Weyburn in the second period in the Highway 39 rivalry. Yorkton has is 1-1 tied in Warman with the Wolverines. The Rangers up 2-1 on Nipawin in the first, and Flin Flon and Melford have no score at the Palace. Shot on there by King. Good right pad save there by Holtvoet. Clark has it poked away from him by Zayden Saddlemeyer, and he'll chip that one into the corner in the SAIT zone with 15:20 to go in the second. Here's Olson. Going to get that one down low. Still 2-2 here in the gold medal game. This one's played up looking for the breakaway feed, but calmly taken care of there by Harkness, and McLean will play that one into the corner for goal. There's a net guard on the ice. This is going to be down the ice. It's going to be icing for against SAIT, as there's boost. So far in the second period, there's been 2 helmets and a net guard on the ice as well as sticks. So really the ice has been collecting some tribute as we approach 5 minutes gone here in period number 2. 2-2 is the score here in the gold medal game. Only 9 shots on goal, pardon me, for the SJHL so far. Got to get some pucks on. Campbell trying to get that to the point, was looking to hit Eisner, but it falls for Simpson. Simpson has it taken away by Ward, who's kind of run into by Rylan Williams. Campbell fans on his passing attempt. Now Simpson winds his way in as Williams working hard to get back. Falls for Ward, and he'll bump it there to Campbell. Campbell to Jai Zawatsky, and Zawatsky will make sure it gets deep in the SAIT zone with Anthony Campbell, the man who scored 29 goals for Battlefords a year ago. 5th most in the SJHL out there. Arbery trying to dig it free. Plays it along the boards. Campbell will chase after it out to the neutral zone, and Eisner will skate back. Will it have the legs for icing? It will. SAIT doesn't love the call, but what can you do? 14:16 to go in the second period. Still 2-2. The SJHL with 11 out of 12 possible points in the group stage. Only 1 fewer because they did go to overtime against SAIT. 3 points for a regulation win, 2 for an overtime win. The shots are 15-9 in favor of SAIT. Face off to the left of McLean. It'll be Joey Lees in on the draw, and he wins it, but the pass from Arbery too heavy, and Clark will take off as Henriksen out there to help the D-men going back. Here is Reed Arbery. Try to wind his way up, looking for Joey Lees, and Lees will snap it to his fellow Flin Flon bomber, Sam Ward. Nice pass to Arbery. Arbery will wait and shoot. Saved by the blocking arm there of McLean. Henriksen trying to play it down low there for Lees. It was in the feet of a SAIT player, Ewell, and out to the neutral zone it goes. Clayton knocks it to the corner. Demo will try to get there first, and he'll chip it there for Lees. He fans on his attempt to get it out as the forwards had sprung the zone there. Lees looking for Henriksen, and Kostitian will regroup it here when Colby Ball will snap it up. Here is Ball, is Granger working on Butts there. Now Algier looking for Butts out of his reach, but only as far as Kostitian. Nice play by Demo to play it to Josh Sale, and Sale will look there for Asmundson. This one's off of Asmundson's going to roll down the ice, and it's going to be icing against the SJHL with 13:09 to go in the second period. Still 2-2. Not the sharpest game at all for the SJHL again here in this one. The first 3 games was tape to tapes and crisp and hard on the forecheck and making it hard for the D-men to move pucks. This couple games against SAIT, they've been a little bit, things have been a little bit tougher for the SJHL. Dagelman plays it against Demo. Now Butts in the half wall to the top for Kostitian. Holtvoet pokes it to the corner. Algier giving a little bit of a shove. Granger digging for it. Butts fans on it. Now Sale will make sure it gets out to the neutral zone as he was tripped up on the play. Ball into the glove of Holtvoet, and the Humboldt boy will hang on with 12:47 to go in the second. Still 2-2. Team SJHL in their whites with blue and gold trim. SAIT in their blacks with red and white. Big line back out there for SAIT on this offensive zone face-off. Face-off won by Saddlemeyer against Bear. Now Van Egger. He'll bump it there for Boston Harkness. Now Brendan Olsen. Olsen using that speed to go wide. Hanvold, though, showing that grown-up strength there. Bangs him against the boards. Andrews trying to pinch up, and he'll get it to the line. And Bear will snap it down the ice. Foot race between Egger and Underhill, and it's going to be icing. And that shows how fast Van Egger is, because Owen Underhill has got to be one of the fastest kids in the ACAC. And Egger was able to match him stride for stride there. 12:22 to go in the second. Faceoff's going to come to the left of McLean. Saddlemeyer, Olsen, Egger, Andrews, and Harkness against the big line for SAIT. Underhill, Bear, Kane, and King, their leading defenseman, point getter. And Hanvold. Hanvold in the corner. He'll come away with it. Up in the air it goes as Harkness trying to settle it down, and it's going to be snapped back into the corner. Ethan Andrews in there, leaves it for Brendan Olsen, and the SJHL can go to the attack. Here's Harkness trying to find Egger, and they get it into the corner as Egger in on the forecheck, but it falls nicely to Zach Kane, and the longtime Melville Millionaire will snap it up the ice, but it's collected by Zawatsky. Zawatsky squibs by Kane. Zawatsky, the shot, was looking for a bad angle effort. Trying to throw that one out in front was Campbell, but it didn't get to Andrews, and Underhill will sprint at it, but offside is called against Underhill. 11:38 to go as Jai Zawatsky got loose and tried to snap it high short side on McLean. Not a bad decision with all the intended receivers tied up, but nice save again by Andrew McLean, who's been real sharp in net for SAIT. Face-off won by SAIT, and Clayton will send it in deep. Bo Eisner along the wall looking for Williams, and out to the neutral zone it goes as Clayton will go back. Kyle Clayton of the Okotoks Oilers to the neutral zone now. It goes for Rechny Austin Retchney from Macklin, Saskatchewan. Turns it over to Rylan Williams. Williams tried to toe drag at the defensive blue line. Not a great decision usually, but there was some black jerseys behind him, so no problem there with the delayed offside. Puck into the neutral zone is Zawatsky trying to run some interference for Campbell, but it falls for Ewell anyways, and it's going to be Ward who snaps it to Zawatsky. Nice feed there to Soupy Campbell. Had to do some fancy footwork to keep the puck onside. Was able to do it. Comes up with it. Back to the point for Henriksen. Now Sam Ward. Trying to touch that one down is Campbell. He pokes at it. Still loose. Here's Williams down low, out of the reach of Campbell, and he'll chase after it late in the shift. So is Schofer, though, and he'll flip it up in the air. Ward. Now to Bo Eisner. Looking up there for Arbery and deep into the SAIT zone. McLean out the other side it goes as Lees will chip it down low. Lees gets another opportunity, can't get it by Butts. And Butts will find Schofer, but the SJHL causing some trouble along the wall there. Plugged free by Arbery to Lees. Quick shot on. McLean made a nice save on it. Henriksen was hooked, no call there. And it's going to be pulled away, and here's Clark. Picked up for Butts. Clark, bothered by Demo, comes away with it, though. It falls to the feet of Joey Lees. Here's Demo, finds Henriksen. Henriksen throws it off the leg of a SAIT player, and Granger will play it into the neutral zone for Joey Lees. Lees throws it to nobody. Hanvold now counterattacks to Clark. Clark to Simpson. Right point, looking for an option. Throws it behind him. Hanvold, the shot, the tip. That one's wide off the stick of Butts. Ball down low to Simpson. Only as far as Josh Sale. Arbery trying to play it forward. Now Sale does play it forward, and Hanvold back the other way. Here is Demo. 9:20 to go in the second. And this one's chipped in, and Sale will go in on the forecheck with Drew Moldy to help him out. Boy, those Weyburn Red Wings can certainly forecheck. Asmundsson trying to stop that play up. Needs some help from Josh Sale, who gets in there first. Asmundsson to Moldy fanned. Ethan Andrews steps up. Little chip into the middle of the ice. Was hoping for a tip. Here's Asmundsson, bad angle. Plays it looking there for Josh Sale. Harkness jumps up now. Nice pass down low to Sale, but nobody was in front of the net. Sale does squib his way along the boards. He's tripped up, loses an edge maybe more than anything, and that's out of play, and it's going to be a penalty. Might have touched the glass first. The linesman says it did. So I think that's the right call to not be a penalty, unfortunately for the SJHL. 8:41 to go in the period. I don't think it's going to be a penalty, as Ewell did flip it, and it did get close, but it went off the glass first. And it's the officials' timeout with 8:41 to go. Leonard Strandberg suggested that perhaps the older players are more developed, and that way they wear down some of our guys, causing a few more bad decisions. I just think it's more of this SAIT team is one that plays together all the time, systems, power plays, used to each other. This SJHL team has really been thrown together and are finally facing a team, with no disrespect, of somewhat similar quality. But this SJHL team has worked hard over this week for sure. And it's been a tight hockey game. And officials timeout, still 2-2 here in the second period of the gold medal game. The SAIT Trojans 10-2 in the ACAC through the first half. They play a 24-game schedule, so they're halfway done. Face off to the left of McLean, who's been sharp all tournament for SAIT. Got to be one of the best goalies in ACAC hockey, McLean. Underhill and Saddlemeyer in on the draw. Olsen, Harkness, the shot, the tip. That one maybe went off of a SAIT player. That was Tanner Gold and went over the net. Here's Kane. Now leaves it for Underhill. He's got an edge on Harkness, middle of the ice, but it's behind everybody, and Olsen will just flip it forward to the feet of King, leaves it for Kane, and Kane will regroup it, take his time, and wind it into the corner. Former Melville Millionaire, Flin Flon Bomber, Zach Kane. Very briefly with Weyburn. Kane takes it away from Andrews. The backhand and a nice save by Holtvoet on Colby Bear, as Olsen will play that one forward there for Van Egger. He's got a man going to the net. Saddlemeyer, the tip, and he was stick lifted by King at the last second. Well, here's Zach Kane. Kane looking for Gold. Ward breaks him off stride, but Tanner Gold does get it down low. Here is Olsen, leaves it for Ward. Little flip up in the air, trying to get it by Corey King. Campbell reaching for it as Briltz knocks at it. It's going to be delayed offside, and here is Van Egger as it's behind him, and delayed offside, and no icing, called off as Gold will go back for SAIT. Gold, quick pass up for Schofer, 2-on-1. Schofer looking there for his man Rechny, but he was intercepted, and Ward will play it along the wall with 7:18 to go in the second period. Tight hockey game here. Ewell pokes it past his man looking for Carter Briltz, the former Yorkton Terrier, Weyburn Red Wing. Briltz through the neutral zone, winds his way in. He's going wide on Sam Ward, the backhand was looking back door for Rechny, but had his stick lifted at the last second there by Rylan Williams and kept that puck out with 6:56 to go here in the second period, and the SJHL will change it up. Joey Lees, Reed Arbery, and Tylen Henriksen out there with Russ Demo and Gavin Granger. Hunter Dagelman, Ryan Clark, Dylan Clark, Cooper Algier out there with Ewell and Clayton for SAIT. This one banged along the wall, trying to chip it that one is Tylen Henriksen. Clayton, down low it goes as Arbery will chase. Arbery throws it behind him for Joey Lees. Lees off the back of the net, gets back to him. If you're an SJ fan, that's pretty fortunate stuff. As Arbery will throw it down the ice, and it's an icing as Reed Arbery shaking his head. A couple goals last night for Reed Arbery, 13 goals, 15 assists for the Fort St. John, BC native with the Flin Flon Bombers this season. Thank you very much, Jay, for the kind words. Yes, it is 2-2 with 6:32 to go in the second period. Face off to the right of Holtvoet, won by Team SJHL as Demo gets it to the neutral zone, but Bear will take it away. Here is Underhill going wide. Up in the air it goes. Henriksen trying to settle it down, and he'll go for a skate. Tylen Henriksen trying to get that one in deep. Turned it over. Underhill will chase for it here as Granger trying to poke at it. Underhill to the top for Zach Kane. Kane at the left point. The wrist shot, the tip. Holtvoet knocks it away. Granger bangs it up the glass. Ball, the shot. Bears alone. He scores! And Colby Bear hung out behind the D. The turnover flipped in front. And Colby Bear, his second of the night, makes it 3-2 SAIT here with 5:59 to go in the second period. And now the SJHL trails and has not looked great here in this second period. Only 2 shots on McLean. And just sloppy stuff from the D, especially so far in this one, but not a lot of help from the forwards either. And it's 3-2 for the SAIT Trojans. Harkness chasing after it. Now Andrews comes up with it. Turns it up into Brett Butts. Now Corey King, the shot off the side of the net. It falls for Moldy. And here comes Asmundsson, who gets it to the neutral zone. Asmundsson kicks it to Josh Sale. Sale looking for someone to go to the net. He'll just loft it gingerly into McLean's glove, and he'll hang on for the whistle. 3-2, SAIT leads it here with 5:19 to go, and this SJHL team has not had a ton of adversity throughout this tournament. Facing it here in the finals. Here is Rylan Williams behind the net. Plays it behind him. It's off the official. Campbell to the line for Harkness. Ethan Andrews down low, looking there for Williams. Was trying to snap it out in front. Harkness trying to spin it back, but Rechny will look for it. 2-on-1. Another odd man rush for SAIT. The shot on by Chauffeur. Nice glove save by Holtvoet. Clayton has it come out. Offside delayed, and so Andrews has some time to go for it here, but Chauffeur closes on him quickly. Only as far as butts as the SJHL forwards were way up at the blue line. Is Rylan Williams looking for that loose puck. Falls for Rechny at the blue line. Briltz jumps in offside. So Colby Bear, who has 3 goals and 3 assists in 12 games for SAIT in the regular season, has 2 in this contest. Battleford's North Stars alum, played in the Centennial Cup in 2023 with the North Stars in Portage, Manitoba. 4:36 to go in the second period. Puck has not been in the SAIT zone too often here in this contest. Ward will bump it there to Eisner. Finds Saddlemeyer. Now it falls here for Van Egger. Egger into the zone. Trying to go wide. Throws it to the point. And Sam Ward just can't keep it in. And he'll snap it back in deep again. And SJHL will back off into their D-zone coverage. 4:09 to go here in the second period. As Kostitian will lift that into the corner. Eisner in there first. Looking for Ward. Now it's Olsen. Plays it for Saddlemeyer. Saddlemeyer going wide. Offside stays good as Saddlemeyer finds it in the corner. Saddlemeyer trying to play it gingerly to Olsen. He turned that one over, and now back comes Zach Kane. Kane, this shot. That one's off a leg, and out the other side it goes as Saddlemeyer will swing at it. It falls down low for Ward. He'll throw it behind him. Got enough of it to get it to the line at least. Hanvold sends it back in deep again. This SJ team's got to dig deep now. They're getting outplayed a little bit. Hanvold, ball on the top of the ice. Right pad save by Brady Holtvoet. Egger trying to chip that one. Again, soft plays by the SJHL causing trouble. Chance out in front. Ward has it poked away, and that one hits the official, and he felt that one. It's going to be icing against the SJHL as that official took a puck from very close range. 3-2 is the score, right in the ribs maybe. The SJHL trailed briefly against Augustana before blowing the doors off of them in the round robin. Otherwise, it's been pretty smooth sailing. So here's some adversity for this group. This one's off the foot of Underhill, and the SJHL will change their forwards. Ball going wide. Throws it behind him only as far as Arbery. Off the glass to the neutral zone as Underhill will flip at it. And little foot race between Ward and Kane. And Ward's been out there for a long time. Zach Kane to Corey King. The shot, the tip. That goes to the corner. Arbery trying to rugby scrum that out, and he'll chip it off the wall. Forward now it goes to the neutral zone, and it's going to be back for SAIT to deal with. Underhill leaves that one, looking for Bear. It's only as far as Eisner. Now Lees will regroup it, and here is King. King through the neutral zone to Kane. Far side to Underhill. He scores! And it's 4-2 SAIT. They have been the better team by a long shot here in this period. And just like that, it's 4-2 for SAIT. As again, not much Holtvoet could do. That was a rocket short side by Owen Underhill. And with 2:14 to go, the SJHL trails SAIT by 2 here in the gold medal game. And just have not been themselves, especially here in this second period, have Team SJHL. That next goal, absolutely critical. Demo given a bump. Here's a chance at the point here for Colby Ball. Rechny tried to one-time that one and fanned. Asmundson trying to work it along the boards. Moldy leaves it there. Try to dig it free for Briltz. Rechny to ball is the shot. That one's up in the air. Chipped out in front. Holtvoet will hang on for the whistle. And really, Brady, not much you could do on any of those goals. It's 4-2 SAIT, 2 quick goals. 2 SJHL alum, 2 Battleford's North Stars alumni right there getting involved. And it's 4-2. 22-12 the shots favor SAIT, as the SJHL's had a hard time getting dangerous opportunities, especially in this second period. Only 3 shots in the second period for Team SJHL. Takes a bounce to Rylan Williams. Williams shoots, doesn't get much on it, and McLean able to make the save and hang on. And the battle, Estevan Bruins star Rylan Williams did get a shot off, but didn't get a lot of mustard on it. Face off to the left here. Andrew McLean. Campbell beaten on the draw. And is there going to be, what's the call here? So is it a penalty here because the SAIT centerman used his hand to win the faceoff? So the SJHL is going to go to a power play with 1:28 to go in the second period. 4-2 SAIT leads it. Boy, would a big boost to the SJHL if they can find a way to score here. They're 0 for 1 here. They were 0 for 4 yesterday against SAIT. Lees will step in for the draw against Carter Briltz. And Briltz does win it. It's going to be knocked down the ice. And Harkness, or pardon me, that's Andrews in a foot race with Tate Schofer, and Schofer wins it to pin it up against the boards there. Schofer doing a great job killing this penalty, the former Regina Pack Canadian, as Gavin Granger will shovel it up as far as Lees. And here is Joey Lees wiring it into the corner. Van Egger will try to run some interference with a minute to play in the period, and Zach Kane will knock it the length of the ice. Holtvoet will leave it for Andrews. The SJHL will have about 40 seconds of power play time to start the period if they don't score between now and then. Here is Van Egger. Plays it there for Ethan Andrews. Trying to turn it to Gavin Granger. Andrews throws a good check right there on Zach Kane. Here is Andrews, 30 seconds to go. Andrews moving it slowly, and Lees will walk it in. Van Egger was offside as Lees kind of made a dusted off the puck move before he cruised into the zone. 17 seconds to go in the period as Holtvoet will play this one. He'll leave it there for Harkness with 10 seconds to go in the second period. Ethan Andrews will wind his way up. Nice pass there for Noah Asmundson. Tries to get a shot through. Sale, Harkness, no time. As the SJHL low on gas in that second period. Worst period of the tournament for Team SJHL right there. And it's 4-2 SAIT as we head to the third period of the gold medal game. And Team SJHL needs to get something going and fast in this one. 13 shots on goal for the SJHL, 22 for SAIT, and the Trojans have showed their strength, their speed, and their intelligence and guile in this one. 4 goals on 22 shots. Nothing Holtvoet could do about either. But we will take a quick break. 4-2 in favor of SAIT after 2 here in the gold medal game. All right. So welcome back to Viking Quest. Here is the SJHL U20 All-Stars or U21 All-Stars, whatever we're calling ourselves. Gets set to take on Team Czechia a little bit later tonight, but I'm joined by one of the star forwards for the Melfort Mustangs, one of the star forwards for Team SJHL here at the Viking Cup presented by VADERSTAD. It's Zayden Saddlemeyer from Buena Vista, Saskatchewan. Buena Vista? How do you say?
Well, if you want to get fancy, you could say Buena Vista, but yeah, just Buena Vista.
Buena Vista. Well, I was trying to figure out how you're supposed to say it. I did not expect it. I made a video earlier, I guess yesterday, where the guys said their last names, their names, and where they're from, and you said where you're from, and I was like, I did not expect Una Vista to be Una Vista. Anyways, there you go. I'm not from Saskatchewan, so there's my excuse. Gotta ask you, so far, how are you enjoying the Viking Cup experience?
Oh, it's been fantastic, honestly. Like, what an honor to be invited to this tournament, and it's been a great group of guys so far. We're getting along well, we're gelling, we're clicking, and obviously it showed in the first game there.
Yeah, it was really impressive stuff. Just take me back to that one quickly, too. Obviously, a 6-2 win over Midland University. I guess, was it, to what degree, and I'm sure it was both, but to what degree was it, you guys trying to focus on playing your game, and to what degree was it trying to figure out, what the opposition might look like?
I mean, we watched a little bit of video and stuff like that, but really in these sorts of tournaments, we just want to focus on our game. We want to be hard, be heavy, be fast, and score early and often, right? And I think that's really what happened yesterday, and I feel like we set the tone early, and it set the tone for the whole game.
Yeah, obviously it showed, and maybe except for 5 minutes, maybe to start the second period, you guys had lots of energy. Was it a thing too where you guys think like, you're on that bus for that long time and you shake off that rust? Do you feel like maybe like you feel better today, or do you feel better yesterday?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna just keep getting better and better as the tournament goes on, and I personally definitely feel better today as well. So yeah, it was nice to get one practice under our belt the first day, and then one game yesterday, and it went well. So yeah, we're really excited for this game tonight.
For sure. So maybe tell the people out there what you did right before coming to the Vikings.
Yeah, so I had family vacation in Mexico, and they actually come home today. So I came home a couple days early, got home off my plane at 3:30 a.m., and then met the bus at 8 a.m. the next morning. So yeah, it was a bit of a grind, but we made it.
There you go. If there's any college scouts, D1s, U Sports, whatever, listening to this, there is character and commitment personified right there in Zaid and Saddlemeyer. And you know what? I've said this to Blevs. I've said this to a lot of people. Just being around the Mustangs as much as I was last year during the playoffs, and then obviously more so in the finals, and even the year before. I don't think you were there the year before, but
yeah.
But just the type of human beings, I guess, that Blevins seems to target. Is it a thing where there's sort of a leadership group that really keeps guys in line, or is it that Blevins really kind of makes sure he's like, we're only picking certain types of humans, or how does it kind of happen that just sort of like and everybody's great in this league, and I'm just saying, like, it seems like it's just like to a man, everybody wearing that Mustangs jersey always seems to be super high character.
I mean, I definitely got to give credit to Blevs for bringing in the right guys, but yeah, it's just our culture in the locker room, right? It's how we conduct ourselves every single day. It's how we treat others, and I feel like it really reflects on the ice as well. Like, as you can tell, the past 2 years, obviously I wasn't there the first year, but yeah, as you can tell last year, like, it was the best group of guys ever. Everyone's friends with everyone's, and yeah, it just comes back to that culture piece and everyone buying in for sure. Yeah.
Now, obviously, 2 years. Again, you weren't there a couple years ago, but 2 years in a row where you make long runs, go to the Centennial Cup. Unfortunately, lose in the finals, but certainly in both situations. And I know the score against Calgary, didn't look great, but like you guys had beaten them, and I know that you were as good of a team as them and could have beaten them again. But do you feel like there was maybe a little sense of fatigue or something to start this year in Melfort? That obviously the season's long from over, long way to go, and obviously anybody who doubts Trevor Blevins' Melfort Mustangs team is insane.
Yeah.
But I guess sort of, how do I put it diplomatically? To what would you kind of put the kind of slow start that you guys kind of have had?
I don't know. I feel like it's just finding the right pieces a little bit and just getting everyone on the same page, right? Like, it's not easy, and to go back to back, it's a lot of hard work. So yeah, we just we got to get back to it and stick with our game, right? And I feel like this year, every single game, we're right there, we're right in it. But we just got to find that extra step to start winning some more games here. But I truly believe that we will, and yeah, you can never count Blevs out.
Yeah, well, obviously, Bo is so good yesterday. You got him, like you got Unger, you got all these veteran guys. Obviously, don't even have on the list, but and obviously terrific goalies. Kaysen was unbelievable at the Western All-Stars thing as well, and we all know how good Madden can be as well. So it's got all the pieces. So nobody should doubt Melfort.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, I truly believe we'll be there again. Yeah, we will be there again.
And then everybody also says, and the last thing I'll say about this is, nobody, be it a 1, 2nd, 3rd seed, whatever it is, they do not want to see the Melfort Mustangs in the first round of the
Yep.
playoffs.
Yep.
Like, they do not. Like, I'm just telling you right now. So that hopefully that gives you a little bit of makes you feel a little bit taller. But that's just the truth. But I got to ask you too, and don't take too much of your time here this sort of afternoon before you take on Team Czechia. But you obviously everybody in Canada grows up watching the World Juniors, and kind of to some degree this team is representing Canada today. At the same time, obviously the World Juniors will be playing Denmark.
Yeah.
But you guys will play Czechia at the same time. So talk about maybe the feeling of representing the country.
Honestly, yeah, it's just such an honor, and this tournament has been fantastic to host. Everyone that put this together, I'll thank, because it's just been fantastic. It's been an awesome opportunity so far. Like I said, great group of guys. We're coming together. Yeah. And yeah, to play a team like Czechia is just, it's crazy, right? Like I never really thought I'd be playing a team like Czechia in a tournament like this, but it's just been a fantastic experience. And yeah, I'm loving every minute of it so far. It's going to be a great game tonight.
It's a cool way to be. Just a couple more questions. Again, obviously Saskatchewan boy, went away to the Alberta League, came back. I guess just what went into kind of your junior path so far?
Yeah, like coming out of midget, had a couple offers, but I truly believe that Fort Mac was the best opportunity for me. And I mean, it was a great year, and I had a lot of fun, learned a lot. But personally, it wasn't the best year for me, right, production-wise and stuff like that. But then getting that trade in the summer, I was a little bit iffy about it, just because you never know what's going on with trades. But Melfort was actually still on their run when I got traded, so that definitely helped. And I feel like, you just go to the new team with an open mind, and they all had very open arms and welcomed me so fantastic. And after the first week, I knew that it was home. Yeah, so ever since, I'll never leave Melfort, and I truly love it there. Yeah, I really do.
That's good. Good to hear. Obviously, the SJ was something that you were aware of too, I'm sure, but kind of in the Regina radius. You played Pat C's.
I did, yeah.
U18, obviously great organization there. Obviously coming off of the Hellas Cup now, and I'm sure people are proud of that, and and everything with Maddox Schultz and everything. It's pretty big deal. But obviously it's a situation too where you knew the SJ growing up, and so I guess what was maybe your perception of it, and I guess what did you think of it as an option?
I mean, yeah, it was a great option. I was lucky enough to get drafted by Melville there in the third round, and yeah, just never really, the cards didn't quite work out to go there, but obviously I'm very happy and proud to be in the SJ nowadays, and I love it, right? It's a fantastic league, and I feel like sometimes some people will maybe count us out, but there's no way you can ever count out the SJHL. It's the best league I've played in, for sure.
Well, if anyone's counting you out, go back and watch the tape from yesterday.
Yep, there you go.
Boy, what an advertisement for the league. And yes, like the other team didn't play as well as I'm sure as they would like, but at the same coin, I think you guys forced them in a lot of ways. And those are guys that are 1, 2, 3, 4 years older than you guys. So, pretty cool. Okay, last question then for you, Zayden. Just talk about, the group of guys in the room there for Team SJHL, because, you bring a bunch of guys together, and, your competitors, you guys battle every night, and it's not always friendly. Yeah. Obviously Melfort and Flin Flon guys.
Oh yeah.
That's never a friendly thing, and obviously you guys just went toe to toe in a very emotional. I know it only went 5 games, but it was a real war with Weyburn in the finals last year. So now you look across the way, and Josh Sale and Drew Moldy are sitting right there. I guess just talk about coming together as a team, because it seems like you guys have done that just ridiculously fast.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely a little bit weird. I'll say that it's a little strange with especially the Flin Flon guys and the Weyburn guys, for sure, because those are rivals throughout the year, and after this week's over, we're gonna go home and battle hard and hate each other again, right? But no, we all have one goal in common here, and I feel like we're really gonna stick to that, and it's just been fantastic. Everyone's very friendly, very nice. Yeah, I just can't speak enough of how good this group has been so far, and we're only going to get closer over this week, so it's really exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this isn't everything. You can't read into what happens on a bus necessarily, but within I feel like an hour of the bus trip, leaving from where we were in Saskatchewan, you guys were playing cards, you guys were jammed together at the back of the bus. Like honestly, teams that I've been a part of, and obviously you recently and over your life been part of championship teams, teams that win. That's what it's like.
Yes.
It's like that closest. People want to be together, want to be in the same space and doing things together. So this team wants to do things together and be together, and they've showed how good they are on the ice and together now. So it's super fun. Zayden, thank you so much for your time. You did an awesome job with this. And good luck the rest of the
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
Henri.
Welcome to an all-new episode of SJHL Insider. Thanks so much for joining us, and it is the last episode of SJHL Insider for the 2022-2023 SJHL
Weekly with Clark and Nugsy, and now we're going to be joined on the video chat line by goaltender Graham Brown of the Larange Ice Wolves. Graham, we're going to start with that clip we just saw of you making that ridiculous save on Riley Rich Holden over the weekend. Can you just walk us through what happened there? Because you went side to side, threw up the foot. I mean, talk to us about that save.
Yeah, first of all, thanks very much for having me on. No, yeah, it was kind of a crazy play. It kind of chipped up off the wall, kind of turned into almost like a one-on-one situation, and just beat our D-man wide just slightly, and I kind of slid across and a little bit of a desperation save, stuck the leg up and got a piece of it with the foot. So, happy it didn't go in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Graham, we actually just talked to your coach, Kevin Killer Kaminsky, not that long ago for our Friday night spotlight, and he was raving about you and obviously the youngster Riley Zezel as well. But we were talking about you specifically because last year, obviously, you came in. It was a bit of a tough situation, but you made a ton of saves last year. You got a ton of minutes. This year, you came back as one of the top 20-year-old goaltenders in the league. So what's this year been like? Taking last year's experience and bringing it into this year. Obviously, similar situation in terms of the wins and losses, unfortunately, but you're playing great, I think, despite some bigger shot totals and numbers like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, last year was a great year. We came up just 1 point short, or whatever it was, 1 win away, and it was, a great experience. Killer and Schneids gave me a ton of opportunity last year. So yeah, carrying that over into this year has been huge. Obviously I've got lots of games, but I mean, Zez is an unbelievable goaltender as well. And we battled it out in practice, and, whichever one of us is going, we're going to be ready to go and, give our team a chance to win.
For sure. Now I got to ask you about goaltending in general, because I just find goalies so fascinating. Like, are you guys human beings? Are you somehow different creatures? Why would you be a goalie? All of that. So just tell us, how you became a goalie, and what that process of accepting that about yourself has been like.
Yeah, for sure. I started off obviously as a player for the first probably 2 years of hockey. And then I think it was novice. I got a chance to strap the pads on, and I never turned back. Loved it ever since, and can't step away from it.
Yeah, love to hear that. And then obviously, I got to ask you about, playing in Larange, new rink you have, or new rink for you guys now that you play in that arena. I guess just talk about, as a goaltender, maybe some of the differences for angles and sight lines and all those little, minute details that you goalies love to talk about, for playing in the Mel versus playing where you do now.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mel was definitely a smaller rink. The neutral zone is pretty tiny, and each end is quite small as well. So it was a difficult rink to play in for sure. Moving to the JR has been unbelievable. The rink is super nice. The facility's super nice, and it's been obviously a little bit of a different adjustment going to a bit of a bigger rink, but not too much. I mean, I love it. It's awesome.
So prior to last year, you're a BC boy. You played in the VIJHL. What was the adjustment like for you coming over last year, getting used to the SJHL? Obviously, it's a bit of a bigger schedule, a lot of stuff like that. But what was the biggest adjustment for you coming over from the VI?
I would definitely say the speed. The SJ just so much more fast. The VI was good. It was a good league. It was a great first year junior for me to kind of develop me into coming into the SJHL. But yeah, the speed was a huge difference. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And, obviously you get to play under a guy like Kevin Kaminsky that has, I'm sure, so many stories, such an interesting dude. I guess just talk about, take us inside the room. What's it like playing for Kevin Kaminsky?
I've really enjoyed it. He's an absolutely amazing coach. Obviously, he's intense, but he brings the best out of each and every one of us every night, and he wants the best for us as well. So he's hard on us at times, but he's also one of the best coaches I've ever had. He pumps us up, he gets us going, and if we stick to the systems that he puts in place, we're going to be successful.
You got a big game coming up tomorrow night against the Melfort Mustangs at home. Obviously, we were just talking about, I don't know if you heard, but we were talking about how Melfort's been struggling a little bit lately. What's the messaging going into tomorrow night right now against a team that, has, in the last 10 games, you guys have been playing, equally in terms of records and results and everything. So what's the message going into the game against Melfort this week?
Well, I think just sticking to the systems that Killer and Grammer have put in place for us. We got to capitalize on our chances. Obviously, scoring's been a bit of an issue for us, but I think if we can capitalize on our chances and bury the puck, we're going to be successful tomorrow night. So,
yeah, and I also got to ask you, this league, it's like crazy. Like every night, one could beat 12, 12 could beat one. I guess just talk about. Keeping the younger guys in your room, focused and believing, in what you guys can do as, one of the kind of fewer older guys in there. What's that been like for you? All of a sudden it happens so fast where, a guy's a younger guy and all of a sudden he's an older guy and it happens in the blink. But just talk about keeping those younger guys on track.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, we've got a young group, but I think they've adjusted really well. For us, it's, we work our butts off every night, and if we do, we'll be successful. Like we beat Weyburn twice, and they're obviously top of the league. So I think if we can, do what we know how to do, like what Killer put in place and stuff, we'll be successful. And I think that's the message to all the younger guys.
Yeah, for sure. Now I got to ask you too, like obviously you've been in Laurage a couple of years now, the lay of the land. I know in past years, the Ice Wolves boys have loved to go out, be it ice fishing and taking in the beautiful nature around. Are you an outdoorsy guy, and what do you kind of like to do, in the winters there up in Laurage to get out and have some fun?
Yeah, I haven't been ice fishing yet. A lot of the boys do go. There's usually about kind of 10 guys that all go out together. They got a little tent that they set up on the lake, and they catch fish all day. So they're asking me to go out next week. So hopefully I can find some time to go out and try and catch some fish.
So here we go. 4-2 is the score in favor of SAIT as we head to the third period here in the gold medal game. Russ Demo and Gavin Granger have the goals for Team SJHL, who looked, I don't know, out of gas or what in that second period. Were not themselves, we'll say. Need to dig deep here. SAIT looked really, really good in that second, pardon me. See what the SJHL can come up with here. It's Joey Lees, Rylan Williams, Van Egger, Gavin Granger, and Ethan Andrews to start the third period with the power play for 32 seconds with Brett Butts, the former Yorkton Terrier, in the penalty box for a face-off infraction for the SAIT Trojans. As the SJHLers, who scored 23 goals in the 4 games in the group stage, have had a hard time generating offense on Andrew McLean here tonight. Here we go. 20 minutes, the last 20 minutes of the gold medal game, perhaps. If it goes to overtime, 20-minute overtime period after a flood of 3-on-3. Williams to Ewell. It's off the glass and down the ice is Andrews and Schofer in a foot race, and Ethan wins that foot race, chips it to Gavin Granger. Here is Granger, right side to Ethan Andrews. Goes for a skate. Ewell in the corner along the wall there. Egger kind of set it up. Here's a chance. Granger's dispossessed. Knocked the length of the ice. And that'll do it for this power play, as Holtvoet will leave it for Ethan Andrews. SAIT backing up into a real defensive neutral zone posture. 5 black jerseys. You can throw a blanket around them. As Andrews in on the forecheck. Bear, though, will play it away from him. Kane almost broke away, though. Now here is Zach Kane, backdoor. Here is Kane out in front. Moldy trying to reach for it. Thrown there, looking for Andrews, who was trailing the play, but it does come to the neutral zone as Moldy will reach for it. Kane waits, finds Underhill. He shoots. That one's wicked wide by the New Brunswick native Underhill. Is Moldy trying to get to the point. It's out the other side here for Bear. Bear out in front, looking there for Noah Asmundsson, and he'll wind his way forward. Asmundsson in the middle, looking there for Moldy, trying to throw it out in front for Sale. But it's going to be pulled away, and SAIT will go to the attack. Here's Gavin Granger. He finds Bo Eisner. Now Sale. He shoots, looking top corner, but a nice blocker save there by McLean as Kane will flip that up in the air to go for a foot race. Demo pushes Eisner off that one, and it's going to be Arbery trying to play it through Allgaier, but Eisner comes up with it. Here's Bo Eisner. He finds Reed Arbery down the right side. It's off the leg of Kostishin and right to Rechny. And Rechny given a bump by Arbery, and here comes Tylen Henriksen. He'll chip it in, looking for Joey Lees to chase. Lees, nice play to find it behind him. Plays it down low. Ball is tackling, battling there with Tylen Henriksen there. Some Yorkton on Melville violence going on as Kostishin plays it through a couple white jerseys. Now Lee's in a foot race, but he's knocked off, and Dagelman will pull it away. Here is Hunter Dagelman as he loses an edge, poked at by Sam Ward, but it's only as far as ball, and he'll chip it in as Sam Ward will go back for it. Ward turns it over, but it's to the line and kept in by Clayton. Shot is blocked by Anthony Campbell. Campbell, mini 3-on-2 developing. Sawatsky, Williams, the shot. They score! Anthony Campbell on the tip. I believe he's going to get credit. The Battleford's North Star with a huge goal on a counterattack opportunity. And it's 4-3 now with 17:05 to go. Williams shot it. It was tipped by Campbell. 17:05 to go in the third. 4-3 now, and a big, big goal for Mr. Campbell, his second of the tournament. And so here we go. We got a game and a half, folks. He has 8 goals, 19 assists for Battlefords this year. So they go to Olsen, Saddlemeyer, and Egger, and Olsen certainly a winger, as is Egger, and he jumped in and was beaten by the former Yorkton centerman Butts on the center was eye face-off. Here's Clayton right side, poked in, and what a big goal that is. Egger along the wall, trying to poke it by Clark in the SJHL D zone. Andrews now behind his own net. He'll play it left side for Brendan Olsen. Olsen trying to leave it there for Zayden Saddlemeyer. Saddlemeyer trying to spin away. He does to the line for Ethan Andrews, trying to find it in his feet. He'll bump it to Harkness, and that pass kind of exploded on Boston Harkness's stick, and he'll pop it back into the SAIT zone, and the Trojans will change it up on the fly. Here is Hanvold. Up in the air, takes a SAIT bounce right there as Andrews will flip it, looking for Moldy. Moldy trying to stop up, leaves it there for Asmundsson, throws it out in front, looking for Sale, kind of threw it behind him, and Granger will go back. 4 minutes gone in the third. The SJHL has one back as Demo takes too long to move that one, and Briltz pokes it away from him. Demo battling with Briltz. Briltz in the corner. Battle there with Granger now, as Granger will shovel it to Sale, and Sale will play it for Asmundsson. Back to Josh Sale, trying to play it through Corey King. Asmundsson will just backhand it to the corner, and Ewell will play it up the wall there. Here's Rechny, almost turned it over in front for Asmundsson, but Ewell got a stick on it at the opportune moment if you're a SAIT fan. Rechny has it poked by him. Josh Sale chasing after it. Still 4-3 SAIT, 15-15 to go in the third here in the gold medal game. Sale shoots it towards the net, goes off of Arbery, tipped and saved by McLean as Eisner will play it to Sam Ward. Now Ward will just lift this one into the SAIT zone. Arbery cruises in there, plays it to Henriksen, but Ewell too strong, and he'll pull it away. Here is Ewell into the corner in the SJHL zone as Eisner will leave it for Ward behind him, and here comes Tylen Henriksen trying to play it up the boards. Bear leaning on him, and Henriksen shows that Foam Lake, Saskatchewan strength to get it towards McLean, at least in the net, and SAIT will go to the attack right side. Kostishin to Underhill. Underhill being watched by Arbery. He shoots. That one somehow stays in the arena. Kane throws it to the other corner. It's going to fall for Bo Eisner, though, and he'll regroup it to Reed Arbery. And the SJHL wants a change, so Arbery will just flip it to the corner for Zawatsky to give chase. Kostishin plays it by Zawatsky. Those two played each other a couple of years ago in the SJ. Gold, Kostishin now winds it up the boards, and it's going to be wiped in there for Dagelman. Harkness chases it in there, looking to battle with Allgaier. It falls for Harkness as Allgaier gives the Melville captain a shove. Dagelman and Harkness battling. Allgaier in there too. Reaching for it is Campbell, and he'll dig it free, and he finds Ethan Andrews. He's got Rylan Williams with him. Williams, he's got Andrews going to the net. The shot is over the net, and Harkness will scoot back for it as the SJHL trying to get something going offensively here. That one's going to be played to Clark. His ball had his stick lifted. It comes to the neutral zone, and Clark will bump it back. 13:25 to go in the third. 4-3 SAIT here in the gold medal game. Briltz trying to spin it back to Ball. Ball looking for a lane. He'll take his time here. No rush from the former Melville Millionaires defenseman, as here is Hanvold. He'll just whip it in. Harkness and Andrews have been out there for a very long time. As Chauffeur German suplexes Ethan Andrews along the boards. And Campbell needs a change as a penalty is calling here against whom, I don't know. And they're going to call charging against Tate Chauffeur. So the SJHL power play has had a hard time lately. Now would be a good time to get it going. You think about all these guys who are on the ice, they're all big parts of their power play back in the SJHL. Sale, Asmundsson, Saddlemeyer, Demo, and Ward for the SJHL against Kane, Underhill, Ewell, and Clayton for SAIT. And SAIT wins the draw, but here is Sam Ward. Just shoots right into the midsection of McLean, and he hangs on. 1:53 to go in this power play for the SJHL. One issue with this power play, the SJHL has had a hard time winning draws against the SAIT team, and you think about the injury to Lucas Schmidt of the Weyburn Red Wings, the best face-off guy in the SJHL. That would be a guy to help. Obviously, Zayden Saddlemeyer has done a nice job this tournament too. He'll take on Colby Bear to the right of McLean. Face-off is won by SAIT again, but a good battle in the corner by Asmundsson. It's along the boards, and it's going to be handled here by Russ Demo. Demo looking for a lane. He'll leave it there for Saddlemeyer. Down low to Josh Sale. Back to Saddlemeyer. To Demo at the top. Demo walks. Looking for Sam Ward. He's got Saddlemeyer. Now to Demo, to Asmundsson. He fans on it. Has his stick being held by Bear, and Saddlemeyer can't keep it in. And just a little grown-up play there by Colby Bear to make that play happen for SAIT. Asmundsson to Saddlemeyer. Saddlemeyer to Ward. He loses the handle, and Ewell and Ward having a little wrestling match. As Holtvoet will be careful here, played against SAIT, as Ward will cruise it back. Here is Noah Asmundsson now, trying to wind his way through. Plays it by Gold. Asmundsson bumps it to Van Egger, tries to settle it down. He's got Ethan Andrews, plays it right to Kostishin, and down the ice it goes with 50 seconds to go in this power play. And again, the SJHL not generating much with the man advantage. 0 for their last 6 now. Here's Rylan Williams. Through the neutral zone. Goes end to end. Tried to jam it in and almost went coast to coast. Split the D and just fanned on it the last second. 4-3 is the score. Lori Bentley mentioned that they need to update the scorecard on our page. Well, the Viking Cup page is not our page. A and B, this is not through Hockey Tech, so it's on the SJHL website, but it is 4-3. So follow along with me, folks, or ask a friend. 4-3, SAIT leads it as this puck is down the ice. Another issue with the face-off dot for the SJHL, and it's knocked the length of the ice with 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Chauffeur. 1:18 to go in the third period. Here's Gavin Granger. He's a guy that can make something happen. Lee's trying to find Egger. Nobody's there. Alley-oop. Rechny's going to chase it down, and Holtvoet will hang on. 5 seconds to go in the penalty. 11:05 to go in the third. 1-goal hockey game. SJHL needs to get something going. Got a goal early in the period from Anthony Campbell. Face off to the right of Brady Holtvoet. Here's Ethan Andrews. He'll take his time with the penalty to show for the Yorkton Terriers alum. Over now. Ethan Andrews will play it in. McLean will come up with it as Andrews in on the forecheck. Van Egger just shoots it. It goes off of the leg of Butts, who goes after Egger way away from the puck there. And Williams has to hurry back because Allgaier was tidying his man up. Nice touch play, but Joey Lees is kind of all by himself, and the SJHL needs to change as Egger will play it to Bo Eisner. Eisner, the shot. That one's maybe off the face of McLean. Harkness looking for a lane to Eisner. He shoots. That one's off the blocking arm of McLean. Campbell. Everybody's around the outside for the SJ. Zawatsky through a lot of traffic. And he hangs on with Campbell looking for the lane, and the referees really let him go, and you don't mind that in this game. It is 4-3. Thank you, Melissa. With 10:15 to go in the third period. I'm Jamie Neugebauer, live on SJHL YouTube and Facebook. Gold medal game of the 2026 Viking Cup, the first Viking Cup in 20 years. Campbell, Zawatsky, Arbery, Eisner, and Harkness for the SJHL. The big line out there for SAIT. They play half the game. Face-off is won by Campbell. Arbery! And a great save by McLean in tight on Reed Arbery right there. Here comes Colby Bear. He leaves it in the corner. Eisner gives him a bump. And it's going to be the other way here. It's going to be Harkness up to Campbell. Campbell looking there for Zawatsky. He'll just put it into the midsection of McLean, who does not give up any softies. Much better third period. Much better lately for the SJHL. Officials timeout. Great chance for Arbery, 9:52 to go, and he was in kind of alone for a tiny mini breakaway on McLean, and I think he just kind of shot it on McLean's mask. So it's the officials' timeout. 4-3, the SJHL goals, Gavin Granger, Russ Demo, and Anthony Campbell. Colby Bear has 2 for SAIT. Austin Retchney and Owen Underhill, the goals for SAIT. Underhill, a couple of years for Battlefords, played in the MJHL, played for Campbellton, the Maritime League. We got to finish here, folks. Tense stuff here at the Viking Cup. 4-3, SAIT leads it. Egger, Olsen, and Saddlemeyer out there with Rusty Demo and Gavin Granger. Try to get a face-off win here from Zayden Saddlemeyer. It'll be Austin Retchney against Saddlemeyer on the draw. Saddlemeyer directing traffic. To the left of McLean. Face-off won there by Retchney again. And up in the air, Granger. Nice little play, but needing to come out of the zone is Brendan Olsen. Granger, they'll just wire it in deep. SAIT really working hard to make the SJHL try to dump pucks in because they feel like they're strong on the corners, the SAIT Trojans are. The SJHLers wanted to carry it through all sorts of black jerseys, and that's been an issue too, getting into the offensive zone. Ewell. Demo chasing back for it. 9:20 to go in the third. Demo turns it to Chauffeur, who shoots from a bad angle. It's off a leg, and Van Egger will play it along the half wall. Was trying to find Olsen. Wasn't ready for it. As Egger given a bump from Tate Chauffeur. Little foot race. Olsen with Kostitian. Settled down, and here is Demo. Plays it to Granger. Gets it back again, and Rusty Demo from Calgary will play that one up looking for Saddlemeyer. It's going to be behind everybody, and an icing call with 8:53 to go in the third period. Here's a situation, too, where Drew Kosher doesn't want to use his timeout. Van Egger, a couple other SJHL players hunched over. Face off to the right of Holtvoet. 8:53 to go in the third period. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in over the tournament. Saddlemeyer against Butts to the right of Holtvogt. And Butts does win another draw. SAIT has really done well in the face-offs. Last couple of games against the SJHL. Tight. Two teams. This one again. Ball looks, shoots. Missed the net on purpose as it's played along the wall by Brody Simpson. Trying to find that in his feet, his ball. He shoots from a bad angle. It's off the glove there of Holtvogt. Simpson around the outside. He'll just flip it on. It's going to be deadened more than anything by Clark, and Holtvogt will hang on for the whistle with 8:24 to go in the third period. 4-3 is the score. Hello, Debbie from Thunder Bay, Ontario, home of the Lakehead University Thunderwolves. Face off to the right of Holtvogt. It's going to be Asmundson against Underhill, and Asmundson wins it. It kind of hits the linesman and falls to Bo Eisner. Sam Ward wants to get it up quickly, but it takes a SAIT bounce off the stick of Josh Sale. Underhill throws it behind him, and here is Colby Bear. Far side. Ball was trying the one-timer, but he fanned on it. Kostitian from a bad angle. It's Bear in the corner now. Back to the point for Colby Ball. He shoots off the leg of Asmundson and don't have the legs to get it as Ball does. As Bear, a little big-time interference on Moldy. I was about to say little interference, but it's big interference. As Ward trying to get that one up the boards for Sale. SJHL have their stick lifted. A little too far north before the puck was for the SJHL. Here is Gold at the left point. Tanner Gold through traffic. Holtvogt's just going to cover this one up and hang on for the whistle. Those habits have been great all week for the SJHL. A little bit slacking now, of course, trying to take that chance to bust up the ice, get a scoring chance. The SAIT Trojans have been really tight. It's really smart decisions in this game. Dagelman will step in here. He's got Clark and Algier with Gold and King. Gold and King, their best D pairing. Brett Chinsky cheering from Weyburn. Ethan Andrews gonna go up the ice there. Loses it there for Harkness, and here is Joey Lees. Right side for Arbery. Arbery cruises his way in. Harkness, Joey Lees out in front. Looking for the tip was Zawatsky. That was a bullet wide. Here is Boston Harkness. Down low for Lees. Now Reed Arbery. He'll try to spin it back. Arbery looking to spin it out in front, but King took it away. Lees back down low for Reed Arbery. Arbery trying to work his way along the boards. Corey King, though, digging for it. Old Flin Flon on new Flin Flon right there. Zawatsky into the middle. Lees trying to come up with it. Harkness, who's tired, little knee on knee, and Joey Lees is down on the ice here as a little knee on knee action there, and that didn't get the call as Lees is coming off. Harkness the shot, midsection of McLean, and that is bad news as Joey Lees was kneed pretty hard there by a SAIT Trojan. And he's not feeling good on the SJHL bench with 6:38 to go in the third period. Good shift between Henriksen, Arbery, and Lees. Talon Henriksen was in front, trying to get a tip on a centering feed from Joey Lees, who's trying to shake that off. Rechny versus Campbell on the draw, and it's going to be won here by SAIT again as Briltz will head up the ice. One thing the SAIT team has is some of the top face-off men from the SJHL over the last couple of years. Here is Jai Zawatsky. Little move inside out. Demo to the point for Gavin Granger. He shoots. McLean the tip. Falling as Zawatsky turns and shoots. Off a leg into the corner. Campbell looking to beat Schofer to the punch. Clayton to the line, and Demo keeps it in. Demo looking there for Campbell. Turns it into the waiting arms of Schofer, and it's going to be Rechny who'll try to handle it. Campbell's trying to spin away from a couple black jerseys, and it falls for Clayton, who plays that one down the ice. 5:50 to go in the third. Still 4-3 SAIT. Here is Eisner. Trying to touch that one in as Olsen. Right to Ewell, and Kostitian will regroup it. Here is Peyton Kostitian. He'll play that one into the corner. Going back is Bo Eisner. Trying to find that one is Olston, and Kostitian keeps it in. Long shot. That hit a leg in front. And here comes Brendan Olson. And here comes Van Egger as Underhill's going off slowly. Saddlemeyer, the shot is blocked by Bear. Point blank right there by Bear on Zayden Saddlemeyer. What a block that was. Here is Kostishin. 5:10 to go in the period. Olson chasing against Bear. Does the SJHL have a hero here? Saddlemeyer's one-on-one with Ewell. Tries a spinorama move. Needs some help. He'll play it to Boston Harkness. The shot. Rebound. Ward. Open net. Couldn't put it home. Sale couldn't put it home. And what a chance for Sam Ward on a rebound. Couldn't put it in. Now Harkness chasing Colby Bear. The backhand. Nice save by Holtvoet as Sam Ward had a gaping 6x4 and just put it off the side. That's how close the SJ was to tying it. Ward can't get it out. Clark is in. He shoots. What a save! Brady Holtvoet. Are you kidding me? Clark on a breakaway. Ward in the corner. And what a stop by young Brady Holtvoet, staring down Dylan Clark, a fourth-year student. The 18-year-old Holtvoet with a big glove save with 4:29 to go in the third period, keeping the SJHL down by only one. Simpson in the corner, to the point it goes. Clark down low. Harkness giving his man a bump. Rechny as Lee's back out there. Great news. And Corey King is just going to cruise this one back, and nice little play in the middle for Simpson. Andrews chasing it down against Clark, and Ethan Andrews will wind his way up. Scooting by his man Andrews. Finds some help there from Henriksen into the middle. The tip there by Lees. Nice save there by McLean, who hangs on. The SJHL has tied the shots on goal up, but not the score. It's 4-3. Still for SAIT with 3:52 to go in the third period of the gold medal game. Campbell, Zawatsky, and Williams. Demo and Granger at the point. Face-off is won by the SJHL. Demo waiting for a lane. A lot of black jerseys in his way. Granger's shot is blocked by Allgaier. And it's going to be pulled away here by Gavin Granger. Now Russ Demo. We'll leave it for Granger. He's got Jai Zawatsky with him, as well as Rylan Williams. Granger will just play it into the corner. Clayton tried to play that one away. Granger will chase after it. Late in a shift, though. Briltz does dig it free. Allgaier, too. Nice job, though, by Zawatsky. Demo at the left point. Shot is blocked by Allgaier and out of play. 3:17 to go in the third period, as McLean has been terrific. Brett Chinsky, Josh Sale ordered module for tying goal. Not sure what that means, but I hope it means that Josh Sale is going to score at the tying goal. Face off to the right of McLean. 3:17 to go in the third. 4-3, SAIT leads it. Anthony Campbell has brought the SJHL within one. Face off to the right of McLean. Bear against Campbell, and Bear wins it. Banged along the boards, a little foot race between Kostishin and Williams. It's up to the neutral zone, and Demo will flip it up the boards. Here is Kostishin. Lots of time as the SJHL is changing. Bear trying to battle with his man. Now Russ Demo gives and goes there with Granger. Quick up, looking for Anthony Campbell as Kostishin will leave it. Campbell given a bit of a bump. Egger trying to reach for it too, but it's going to be Zach Kane here with 2:40 to go in the third. Sam Ward takes his time. Little snap in the middle, looking for Saddlemeyer. Saddlemeyer, he's got Olsen. He shoots off the post. What a bullet by Zayden Saddlemeyer. And the SJHL has hit a post and missed an open net so far in this period. Follow the bouncing puck. Saddlemeyer is hacked. No penalty. Here is Van Egger looking for a lane. He'll throw it. Look for someone behind him, but nobody was there. As I'm not sure where the D-man is. It's Egger who had vacated that right point. Ward will play it there for Brendan Olson. Looking there for Bo Eisner, but it's only as far as Tanner Gold, and he'll Play it D to D, 1:55 to go in the third period. Gold turns it over to Josh Sale. Sale trying to wind his way up. Asmundson tried to throw it to the net. It went off of a stick and chipped gently off the glass by Rechny. Veteran move there by Rechny as Ethan Andrews will take his time. Got Drew Moldy. Doesn't handle that pass. As Gold will just snap it back deep again and try this again if you're the SJHL. 1:25 to go. Here is Drew Moldy. Tried to throw that one through some black jerseys. Yeah, the SAIT Trojans just playing very, very passive right now, making the SJHL skate or pass it through them. Here's Ethan Andrews. He'll play it off a body, bounces up in the air, and it's going to fall right on. A rocket shot, that time by Moldy, but went wide. Sail to the corner as the net is empty for the SJHL with a minute to go in the third. Clayton off the wall. It hits the stick of Ethan Andrews. He settles it down. Quick up to Rylan Williams. To the corner it goes. Yule and Williams into the corner. Zawatsky out in front. Asmundson tried to bang it there. Harkness in the corner. Plays it down low. Out in front, Asmundson was looking for somebody. Now Underhill with an empty net. Puts it towards the net. It's off a leg. Tylen Henriksen goes in now. He'll play it to the corner. Hard battle, Arbery trying to dig it free. Arbery to the point to Ethan Andrews. The one-timer to Granger. They shoot on rebound. Williams puts it wide. 60 seconds. They score! They score! Tylen Henriksen! Are you kidding me? From below the goal line. And we are tied with 14.4 seconds to go in the third period. The Yorkton Terriers captain said, I will deliver. And it's 4-4. What a battle down low. Are you kidding me? A beautiful, beautiful 6-on-5 shift. Everything was to the net. Everything was urgent. And we are tied. Brendan Olsen hit with a stick in the face in that melee. But Tylen Henriksen from below the goal line kind of threw it out in front, banked off the back of McLean and in. And it's 4-4 with 14.4 seconds to go. I don't care who's more excited, Kyle. Doesn't matter. Where the kids are. But I'm pretty excited. And it's 4-4. But here we go. 3 seconds left in regulation. And Demo gets a piece. And we're going to overtime in the gold medal game. Tylen Henriksen with 14.4 seconds to go. 3-on-3 for 20 minutes. We're going to have a flood. I am speechless. What a finish for these fellas. Tylen Henriksen, the hero, did not score in the group stage of the tournament. Just throws it off the one-timer from Granger, hit the back wall, and he just threw it off the goaltender, McLean, and in from behind the goal line. What a goal, what a finish. There you go. 4-4 here as we take the break, going into overtime in the gold medal game for the Viking Cup. Unbelievable.
Graham, one of the things that's coming up, and obviously we can't confirm any roster situations or anything like that, but as you know, the Viking Cup is coming up on the horizon, and it's for 20-year-old players in this league predominantly. If that opportunity arose and your name gets called, what are you anticipating maybe could be coming out of that tournament? Obviously, it might be an opportunity to get seen by some people, but if that happens, what you might be looking forward to in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a change of scenery. If I got the chance to go, it would be awesome. You get to play a bunch of different teams, obviously, that you've never seen before. You get to meet a bunch of guys throughout the league that are playing on all different teams, which I think would be a great opportunity. And like you mentioned, the exposure would be awesome as well. Getting to play in front of maybe a different crowd and maybe a couple different scouts. So.
There you go. Well, if it happens, we'll be the first ones to let the people know. But if it happens, we look forward to seeing your name on that roster sheet, Graham. With that in mind, you got a big game coming up tomorrow night. You have something. Oh, yeah. You got rapid fire.
Almost forgot my segment.
I almost skipped your segment.
Almost skipped my segment. Oh, look, I was about to get up and leave, buddy. I was
Rapid
about
fire,
to be like,
hit us with it.
Hey, this guy was on last year. I guess he had Rory throwing him questions.
Yeah,
so
right.
now it's my turn. Awesome. Awesome. I gotta ask you. Appreciate your time, buddy. All right, rapid fire. You know how it works. Don't have to explain it. You're a vet. You've been around. Love to ask this question, and I don't know if guys like the question, but whatever, I'll ask it anyways. What goalie in the NHL, past or present, do you pattern yourself off of, and why?
Well, obviously Carey Price, big one for me. But nowadays, definitely I'd go for UC Saros or Dustin Wolf, just, their athletic abilities, and obviously they're smaller like myself.
Nice.
So, just watching their game and how fast they are, just kind of modeling myself after them.
Love it. What's your favorite type of save to make?
Oof. I mean, Scorpion's got to be up there. The one I had this past weekend. It's tough. I mean, every save is always exciting. So
there you go. The best save is the one you made, I guess. Fair enough. My understanding is you're from Victoria, BC. What is your favorite restaurant in Victoria?
Ooh. That's a tough one. There's a good burger lounge that me and my family usually go to. It's called Bin 4 Burger Lounge, so we like that one. So that's probably one of my favorites.
Very nice. What advice did you give Zezel about dealing with the boards? Because some of the boards, it bounces up there in L'Orange, could be pretty wacky. So what advice did you give him?
Well, I mean, I told him they're not quite as bad as the Mel, so he doesn't have to worry too much.
Okay.
But yeah, every rink's different. So you got to be able to read, and usually in warm up we throw a few down the wall just to figure out which way it's going to bounce.
Yeah, so I guess at the Mel they used to have. There's some interesting things that would kind of die is my kind of understanding, like, and it would just kind of stop. All right, two more. Which teammate are you taking with you? Just one to survive on a deserted island.
Oh, I got to go, my boy Owen Turner. He's an American boy, but he's got those survival skills in him. So
there you go. I don't want to assume, but they got some guns. But I guess there's plenty of guns up there in L'Orange area probably too. So there you go.
There's a lot of hunters.
Lots of hunters and fishers and great fishing up
Absolutely.
there. I understand it's kind of world class. So very cool. Two more questions, or I said that last time. Last question now. I'm trying to keep track. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place today. If you could, between forward and D, which position would you be the most comfortable going out there and playing with if they really needed you to be a skater, which I know is not going to happen because it doesn't really work that way for a goalie. But which position would you prefer to play, and who would you want either on your line or on your pair on your team?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I actually did play a game as a player in U18. We were in Alberta and we were hurting for players, so I suited up. Got two shifts, one defense, one forward, and I love the defense, so I'd probably pick defense. Yeah.
And which Ice Wolf would be your partner then?
Oh, I mean, we got some unbelievable deep. Probably Trevor Oishi. He's an offensive guy. I can stay back. Play my role back.
Nice. Just give him the puck and.
Yeah, absolutely. Let him work.
Couple hard strides and watch him do his work. Love it.
We got a question here from Facebook, actually, and I'm going to assume that this is Gage Roberts' family member because it says they're from Fort McMurray. So obviously, Gage Roberts is within your division in the Nipawin Hawks. The question is, what team is your biggest rivalry in your eyes? You've been around the league for a couple of years now. I'm assuming it's a division rival, but I'll let you make put the answer out there for that one.
Oh, I mean, last year we had obviously that rivalry with Kindersley, just with all the trades that happened there.
Right.
But yeah, here I'd say it's got to be Nipawin. Yeah, they're definitely up there. We always get into it. There's usually a fight or two in there, so I'd definitely say Nipawin.
Well, it's always a goalie duel too whenever that happens as well. So
our graphics guy Guru Kelly Lewick is also a goalie, and he's involved with goaltenders here in Regina, actually, at a younger age. But he wanted to know about, I guess, two-pad stack saves are a great feeling as well, although pretty much a dead art. How do you feel about two-pad stacks?
I'm yet to be able to pull one off yet, so if I ever pull one off, I'll let you know.
Well, honestly, you won't have to let us know because Kelly will find it in the highlights. He cuts all our highlight packs for us.
Next shootout, just go out and attack that shooter.
Just lay down on your side.
Get out, go.
Too bad, stack them.
Do it. Let's go.
Don't do anything this guy says. Graham, I appreciate your time today. We're big fans here. We're rooting for you. So keep working hard, and we'll talk to you again, I'm sure, down the road.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Now to our interview here with Commissioner of the SJHL, Kyle McIntyre. Kyle, it's time for the mid-season report. We always love the mid-season catch-up with you. First off, how's it going where you are, weather-wise? Are you surviving? Are you under 10 feet of snow? Where are we at with you?
Well, yesterday, guys, as I was telling you, it was +6 for most of the day in Swift Current. Water was running down the street, but we knew at some point we're going to have to pay the piper. And then at about 5:30, we got probably one of the most vicious blizzards that we've seen here in a couple of years. And so most of the morning, the commissioner was out shoveling his driveway and his sidewalks and blowing the neighbors' walks as well. So we ended up probably with about 2.5, 3 feet of snow here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like the perfect situation for chaos, because midday yesterday, you and I and in our group chat with Jacob, Faith, and Nugsy, we were kind of like, hey, what's it like there? Is it snowing? What do you got? Is it windy? No, it's just raining and wet, which of course in Saskatchewan means all you're going to have is slippery roads for the next couple of weeks, because it's just laying a foundation of ice for this blizzard. Anyways, hoping, Kyle, I don't know if you've heard anything about weather-related travel issues coming up this weekend. Hopefully not. Hopefully everybody gets their games in. But it's the final weekend before the Christmas break. And Kyle, one thing that everyone I've talked to in the last few weeks is bringing up is the parity in this league this year. From first place to, I'm going to go all the way to 10th place.
Warman was up 4-1 on wavering.
Yeah, the 12th place
12th
team.
and on one. Like,
it just seems this year. Now, you've been around for, is this your 4th season now?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
This is your 4th season now. Every year we've talked about this in some form, but this year feels different. What can you tell me about how you feel about the parity this year?
And why? Like, why do you think that is?
Well, it's really incredible, because we always talk about the parity in the SJHL. We talk about the 200-foot game. We talk about how any given team can beat any team on any given night. But believe it or not, it's even closer this year than it has been previously years. Like in your interlude, your discussion that you had before me, I mean, look at first, look at 10th. There's 10 points difference. And, you go on a bit of a skid, you drop 2 or 3 games in a row, you can be all of a sudden you're in first and all of a sudden you're down in 6th or 7th. So really we have a real strong competitive balance. And I think that it can be attributed to a few things. I think that we have great coaching here in the SJHL. We got a lot of guys who are working hard to develop very good programs for kids. And we got a real good talent base. And happy to say that a large portion of that is from Western Canada. And so a lot of those kids from the West, and in particular from Saskatchewan, they know how to play to win. They know how to play the 200-foot game. And so I think we're seeing super competitive games. And it is really hard to fathom that we're almost halfway through the schedule.
Oh, geez, yeah.
It's incredible how quickly it's gone by. And really, we have no true juggernauts in the league this year. And when you look at the standings on the website, I check them daily. I look at the winning percentage all the time. I look at the goal differentials, and a lot of those things are extremely close. And so great for our fans, great for you media folks, maybe not so good for our coaches who might be losing hair or having some heart issues.
Right. We'll get to that in a moment. I'll ask you about that in a little bit. But I think when you say no true juggernauts, I think that's a positive statement, though, I would say, because it means everybody has a chance right now in a positive way. Nugsy texted me yesterday and said 5 of the top 6 teams right now are 7-3 in their last 10 games. It's like, everybody, like it's spread out, and it's really, really interesting. And I think the biggest thing for the parity, Kyle, compared to the last couple of years, like you said, we've had in this league a team that's maybe on its own level, and then everybody else underneath. We think of the super studded Battleford's teams. Flin Flon a couple of years ago went on that massive winning streak. Melfort last year was just beating everybody. Right. We don't have necessarily a team like that yet. Do you think we could see one, though, in the second half?
Well, I don't know. When I think a team is going to separate itself from the rest of the pack, you go and watch a game, and it's kind of like, well, what team is that? That's not the team I've been watching for the last 10 games. And so, I've watched Weyburn. I thought the start of the year they're really going to establish themselves, and then Jacob and I went to a game in Weyburn, and they played Melville, and Doug Johnson and the Millionaires took away the middle of the ice and upset them at home ice, and then you look at, you think, okay, well, Weyburn is on a roll again. Then they go up to the Battlefords, and where did this come from? And then the other night, Yorkton, like every team has some firepower, and it's junior hockey, and so these are kids. And so you're not going to have a consistent effort every single night. So you really can't look at what you think is going to happen on paper, because you never know. As you always say, Clark, it's a league of opportunity, and kids step up into different roles, or kids get on a hot streak. And when you look at overall athlete development, like usually the thing that you have to do when you're an athlete is you have to manage your expectations. You have to manage your performance, because we're not always elite every single night, right, as athletes and as people. And I think, again, we're seeing that in the league. So we're seeing a team that you think might establish some dominance get knocked off by a team that might be a little bit hungrier, or might be a little healthier, or might be getting some bounces. And so there's all kinds of factors. But what it really creates is outstanding rivalries and outstanding games for our fans and for our communities.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue to what I was going to talk about next. I think what that also leads to is really solid attendance numbers, because there's a lot of interest right now. Every night, every night is leading to a possible great game. And how have the attendance numbers from what you've seen, Kyle, reflected that?
They're pretty good, Clark. I mean, we're down just slightly from last year. Like last year at this time, we're averaging about 787 fans per game, and that included, having a community in Notre Dame that didn't always draw great for us. Right now, we're at about 777, so just down slightly, but still some outstanding numbers. Like even Warman, for example, they're averaging over 700 fans per game. So I've been to Warman on a Friday night, I've been there on a Saturday night, I've been there on a Tuesday night. Which of those three do you think they had the best crowd?
Well, this seems like a trick question. I'm going to say Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday. So their opening night, they had about 1,300 people. Jake and I went to it. It was outstanding. I've been to a few Saturdays where they've kind of had about, 700, 600. And then I went to a Tuesday about 2 weeks ago. They had almost 1,000 people on a Tuesday night. And so the next day I said to Jacob, like, I don't know what's going on, right? And I'm talking to my wife on the phone. I get off the phone and she says, well, you realize it's a young community and the boys and girls are all active in different sports. And I said, yep. She says, when do you play sports? I said, well, typically on the weekend. And so in that particular community, all those kids, like, especially if there's a day off of school the next day or a day off that day, all those kids are in the rink. And they do so much stuff in terms of in-game experience and activating kids and doing activations throughout the game that creates a lot of excitement. And so that's super exciting too. So I think we see strong attendance numbers. The weather really hasn't impacted us too much.
Yeah.
Christmas concerts really hasn't impacted it too much. I think in some of our rivalry games that are coming up here late December and in the new year, we're going to see all kinds of people home for Christmas attending those games. So we're very happy with the number of eyes that we have on the SJHL. And again, it's quality hockey. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. And every team has a chance to win any given night.
Yeah, awesome stuff. I got to ask you, coming up, obviously, I'll be there. I know it's kind of taken over your life probably to some degree lately, the Viking Cup, getting ready for it, making sure we're ready as a league to send our team. I guess just talk about, the process, with Rick Oakes and with Drew Kosher of putting this team together. Just talk about the, how easy or not easy it was to get players to agree to go. I guess, and how happy are you with
Well, here we go. Overtime gold medal game. The tournament organizers could not have scripted this better. I guess if Augustana was in it, maybe. Someone just pointed out. But in terms of drama, 4-2. And let me tell you something else, folks. They don't really like SAIT around here. I'll be honest with you. which you love to see. You love those rivalries, joking around with the Battleford North Stars boys. They really don't like the Kindersley Clippers. They really don't. They're teammates and they love each other right now, but Gavin Granger and Anthony Campbell will go back to disliking Rusty Demo and Van Egger tomorrow. But right now, this team SJHL is united. The whole league is united. It's been awesome to see the support of everybody across the province and in Flin Flon. Chiza and Jody Oakes, absolutely right. These kids have given their heart and soul for this team. And it should be a doozy here in overtime as we're getting ready to go. Zayden Saddlemeyer, Josh Sale, and Ethan Andrews for the SJHL. It's Dylan Clark, Zach Kane, and Corey King for SAIT as we are about to get going. And here we go. Kane right off the face-off busts into the zone. Sale tries to sweep it away from him. It's going to fall here for Dylan Clark. A bunch of real veteran guys out there for SAIT right now. Here is King busting into Clark. The left point here for SAIT. Little switcheroony there with Kane into the middle. Here is King looking for an option. He'll snap it to Zach Kane around the outside. He'll play it to Clark. Clark being bothered by Saddlemeyer. Clark looking to weave his way through. The SJHL beat SAIT in overtime yesterday. That was Reed Arbery of the Flin Flon Bombers who scored. As this one's going to be poked by Sale, as King will spin away from Sale, and Sale will go off as Joey Lees comes on. And that one's going to be an icing, I believe, against SAIT. As Zach Kane is going to have to stay out there. One thing about Zach Kane, and I remember him from his Melville time, he's got lungs of iron, never gets tired. Colby Bear is out there now, the Battleford North Star alum, with Corey King, the Flin Flon alum. Lees and Williams are the forwards for the SJ with Russ Demo. Face off to the left of McLean. Face off is won by SAIT. Now the SJHL's got to hurry back. It's a 2-on-1 if SAIT hurries. Kane throws it out in front. Overrun by Colby Bear. Here is Joey Lees. He's got Demo going to the net if he hurries. Lees to Ryland Williams. The shot off a leg and went wide of the net. Now Lees needs to win a foot race as the goalie's hanging on to Rusty Demo's stick. And Joey Lees will snap it away. Here is Demo now through the neutral zone. Leaves it for Ryland Williams. The shot is off a leg and to the corner. Williams trying to make sure it goes deep. Throws it to Demo behind him. Demo wanted to go off. He's got to be careful here. Now Demo will cruise in. He needs to get rid of this puck. Leaves it for Jai Zawatsky. Zawatsky wraps it around. McLean, though, does hang on as Zawatsky tried to scrum it in front. And one thing about Jai Zawatsky, yeah, he's not big. He uses his low point of gravity very, very well. Kind of curls that angle around because he knows he needs can use a sharper angle than you can. And he almost stuffed that one in. Who do you have in overtime, folks? Put in the comments. Who thinks he's going to win this one? Arbery, Zawatsky, and Granger for the SJ, and Arbery wins it. Here is Reed Arbery. He's got Zawatsky at the half wall. Zawatsky at the top. They switch off. Arbery now at the top. He's got Granger kind of working to get in front. Zawatsky now at the top, the Yorkton boy. He'll find Arbery. Arbery going wide on Simpson. He'll spin it back. Leaves it for Gavin Granger. Granger will leave it for Zawatsky. Nice little switch offs there by the SJHL. Arbery, he's got Granger. Granger looking 5-hole. Nice save by McLean there on Granger. And the SJHL's got to be careful here as they want some line changes. And it's going to be Anthony Campbell coming on for the SJHL. Granger's off for Harkness. Moldy's on there too. As here is Ball behind his own net. And Simpson wants a line change. So the SAIT Trojans will get Tate Schofer out there. Schofer, the foot race with Harkness. Puck sails a little bit on Schofer, who's knocked over by Boston Harkness. Harkness in the corner, trying to dig that one free. Harkness tries to poke it to Soupy Campbell. He'll throw it to the far corner there for Drew Moldy, and Moldy will dodge a linesman. Here is Drew Moldy. Moldy tries to stop it up. looking for an option. Campbell, the shot, his stick explodes as Harkness will just wait. And now it's a 2-on-1 with two forwards for the SJHL. 2-on-2, two forwards. Briltz goes wide there on Moldy. Two very defensively responsible forwards, though, with Saddlemeyer and Moldy. This one's going to roll back to Holtvoet, and he'll leave it for Zayden Saddlemeyer as Boston Harkness, a good hard shift, comes off for Ethan Andrews. And Josh Sale comes on as well. Here is Ethan Andrews, fresh off the bench. Trying to go wide. Clark watching him. Andrews turns it over. Now Clark, he's got Kane going to the net. Clark will just spin this one back, looking for a lane. They kind of stack up there. Clark will just chip it to the line for Zach Kane now. Kane to the half wall for Clark. Clark in the middle. He'll chip it there to Zach Kane. Kane being watched there by Ethan Andrews. Now King as Clark will try to settle this one down with Saddlemeyer watching him. Here's Clark at the half wall, trying a little dipsy doodle there. Kane, the shot is a high and rising one. Takes a funny bounce, and Sale will poke at it. Trying to go it back here as he'll reach for it. Is looking for Saddlemeyer, who's been out there for a long time. Trying to kick it to Ethan Andrews is Zayden Saddlemeyer. It comes the other side, and Josh Sale can wheel away now, though he's kind of by himself. Sale one-on-one with Tanner Gold. If Ethan Andrews can hurry to help him up, get some help, as Sale had Lees off the bench, maybe a breakaway, but Sale's been out there for a long time, and Josh will need to wind it up, and he finds Ethan Andrews. Ethan Andrews trying to go wide. He'll stop it up, looking for an option, as Josh Sale will now go off, and it's going to be Rylan Williams coming on for the SJHL. Andrews to Rylan Williams. Williams going wide as Lees stays on side. Williams looking for Lees. Nice move, but he had the puck just dribble by him, and Tanner Gold poked it away. But Rylan Williams able to come up with it. Williams will snap it to Gavin Granger. Far side for Joey Lees. Lees has it fall off his stick, but Rylan Williams helps him out. Rylan Williams with some Flin Flon ties, of course. His mom, Dawn, from Flin Flon. Here is Joey Lees. Throws it for Rylan Williams. Williams, power move out in front, and he was taken away by Underhill. Leaves the rocket shot. That went out of play. Had space top corner on that 1T. Didn't miss by too much. But here's the fellas that came up with the overtime goal yesterday. It's Van Egger with Reed Arbery and Rusty Demo. Hello to Paul Drouin listening in. Leonard Strandberg said Zayden Saddlemeyer is going to win it. Egger going to step in on this draw here against Brody Simpson. And Simpson wins it. And Clayton will pull it back. And Clayton will wait behind his own net here. 5 minutes and 45 seconds gone in overtime. No score, of course. 4-4 is the overall score. Simpson trying to go wide. He stops up. Wanted Arbery to chase him. Simpson leaves that one. Here is Demo, kind of in behind, but he's needs some help. He'll play it to Van Egger. To Demo, the tip on. A nice save by McLean. Here is Van Egger. Winds his way in. Egger, the backhand, tried to just chip it top corner. And Egger using those wheels to pull it away. Here's Van Egger again. SJHL changes its Sam Ward as Egger's shot is blocked. Now the SJHL needs to hurry itself back as Ward is cruising back. It's a 2-on-1 for the SAIT. Erchny the shot. Nice sweep away from Ward there as Arbery getting up gingerly, and Egger will wait for his teammate to get off as the Flin Flon Bombers having some attrition here in this one. And Egger will leave it there for Sam Ward. And here is the man with 100 Western Hockey League games. Now to Jai Zawatsky, turns on the Jets and just puts it far wide. Now foot race between Saddlemeyer and Schofer. And Saddlemeyer's fresh off the bench. Wild stuff here in overtime. Sam Ward has been out there for a while. He'll play it wide. Ward into the zone. Little knee-on knee Schofer. That'll play back. Here is Sam Ward as he'll find Jai Zawatsky. Watsky leaves it there for Saddlemeyer. He shoots. Shot is blocked there by big Carter Briltz, and Saddlemeyer will cruise it back. Briltz almost takes it away from Zawatsky. Now it comes Boston Harkness. Harkness looking for an option. Still going, loses the handle as Joey Lees is off the bench and comes up with it. Here's Rylan Williams. Steps in. Williams in. Back door! And Harkness robbed by McLean. Out in front, Harkness drilled from behind. No penalty right in front of the ref. Here's Briltz. That was a clear hit from behind right there. And Rylan Williams not feeling good about it. Zach Kane now. Rylan Williams looking so dangerous right now, though. This one poked away, though, and here comes Clark. Out in front. That one was in the air. Now Corey King trying to go wide. What an effort by these fellas here tonight. Here is Clark. Turning, waiting, shooting off a body. Nobody, Holtvote didn't know where that was. The Sale will dig it free. And Josh Sale will take his time as Zach Kane will cruise away. And here is Josh Sale. As the SJHLers change, Sale turns on the Jets. Going wide, he shoots. Save. Rebound. Andrews. He scores! He scores! Ethan Andrews with the winner! And the SJHL takes the Viking Cup here in 2026. What a finish here for Team SJHL. They win it. Ethan Andrews on a beautiful finish, beautiful rush, and it is over. 5-4. Here is the final. I will switch over to my social media gig and cover this from ground level, but make sure you tune into SJHL social media. What a Viking Cup this has been. Ethan Andrews in overtime. 5-4 is the final. What a finish. Down 4-2 going into the third, and the SJHL wins it. I will step away and be back with social media content as soon as possible, but are you kidding me? What a beautiful ending if you're an SJHL fan. They tie it up with 14.4 and win it here at the death. Thank you for tuning in all week, folks, and we'll see you next time.